attacks on civilians across Ukraine. First, the Kremlin rejected President Trump's proposed ceasefire, and now there's been more bloodshed.
In the Kyiv region, rescuers discovered the bodies of 3 people, including 2 children, after a strike set a private house ablaze in the village of Perebi, the regional governor explained. The victims were a woman and her 2 daughters. Others were found dead in the Dnipro district of the Ukrainian capital, where emergency services rescued 10 people after a fire caused by drone debris hit the 6th floor of a 16-story residential building. As well as Kyiv, cities such as Zaporizhia, Odessa and Chernihiv were also targeted, causing emergency blackouts across the country. I'm Charles Dillon.
Vice President Vance, part of a high-level Trump administration delegation, meeting with Israeli officials to discuss shoring up the Gaza peace plan. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu says he and the Vice President share a vision of a Middle East at peace.
How to have the civil government, how to have the security there, who can provide that security there, again, with Israel taking care of overall security always. And we discussed that, and I think we have some very, very good ideas how to proceed. It's not going to be easy, but I think it's possible.
11 votes already taken, but who's counting? The Senate will vote again today on a Republican plan to end the government shutdown and start budget talks. Each time, Senate Democrats have blocked the resolution from winning approval. With oil prices on the decline, the Trump administration is looking to restock the nation's emergency oil supply, decimated by the Biden administration. Watching Wall Street ahead of this morning's opening bell, the Dow futures up 7 points, NASDAQ futures 33 points lower. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Every time I turn around, my friends at Pure Talk give me one more reason to feel good about switching. This month, for instance, they're supporting Canines for Warriors, a terrific organization that trains rescue dogs and then pairs them up with combat veterans struggling with PTSD. The result? They're saving lives on both ends of the leash. This is why I switched to Pure Talk. I like being in business with an American wireless company who shares my values. Yeah, I appreciate unlimited talk, text, and plenty of 5G data for just $25 a month, and I bet you will too. But I think you'll really appreciate doing business with a company who gives back to the men and women who volunteered to defend our country. Just dial pound 250, say micro. With Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team, you can switch in as little as 10 minutes. Again, dial pound 250, say micro, to switch to an American wireless company who actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
The Louvre has reopened to the public 3 days after thieves forced open a window and stole French crown jewels in a daring daylight raid on the Paris Museum. The Apollo room where the theft occurred remained closed to visitors while crowds, hundreds deep, waited outside the museum's glass pyramid entrance. The Louvre is normally closed on Tuesday and had been shut since the theft for investigation. There have been no arrests, and the stolen jewels remain missing. The Paris prosecutor says the stolen crown jewels were worth an estimated $102 million, not including their priceless historical value to France. About 100 investigators involved in the police pursuit of the suspects and the jewels. At least 46 people have been killed. A highway crash in western Uganda. 2 buses collided while trying to overtake other traffic. The crash early today also involved 2 other vehicles. News and analysis, townhall.com. When Federal Reserve officials meet next to discuss interest rates, they'll be lacking some key economic data.
Official employment data hasn't been released since the federal government shutdown began on the 1st of October. It makes for a less than ideal situation for policymakers as they assess economic risks. Wall Street expects the central bank to lower its benchmark interest rate next week, but economists point out that the labor market is a big question mark. The most recent information points to weak job growth. Greg Clugston, Washington.
American ranchers have a beef with President Trump. It concerns the president's plan to cut record beef prices by importing more meat from Argentina. U.S. ranchers are enjoying some rare, profitable years. They fear that Mr. Trump's proposal will put an end to that while having little, if any, impact on the prices paid by American consumers. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here? Tom did. There's not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
Feel the hot wind on my shoulder, and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm, I'm ringing through it. So they don't get on the beyond music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel said, what does he say? I'm on the Mexican radio. I'm on the Mexican world radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy middle of the week, everybody.
Yes, sir.
It is Wednesday. Welcome to it.
Yeah, looking quite nice outside. Pretty crispy this morning.
Yeah.
Got that chill in the air.
A little Chile out.
I love it.
It's gonna be a little warmer today. Like it's supposed to be like 82 today. So I think we were like what 73,
70,
74.
yeah, mid-70s yesterday.
It was a little cooler. Like so.
Ideal.
No complaints.
None.
Not a one. But yeah, a little bit warmer today. Although they do say we got a little chance of rain, like late tonight, like overnight tonight, and then like a 30% tomorrow morning.
Ooh.
So maybe a little bit of fiddlings tomorrow.
Right,
we'll see.
water in the morning.
Could. We'll see. But there is a 70% chance it won't. So there's that. But happy Wednesday. Hope all of you are having a delightful day so far.
Yes, indeed.
And of course, we got a pretty full slate for you for today. We'll get you that in a few minutes.
I procured an item. I did not bring it this morning, but I will at some point. You know, the top ramen people are just constantly coming up with great ideas.
Mm-hmm.
I saw this on the shelf, and I stopped and was like, I have to know.
All right.
It's just labeled turkey dinner flavored ramen.
So like a Thanksgiving ramen.
It just says turkey dinner. I don't know what that implies. Usually, that in my mind, that elicits like thought of like a sweet cranberry with like some kind of meat flavor.
Yeah.
I just don't know how you can nail all of the flavors of Thanksgiving in a ramen.
It's a lot, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's a tall order, but
Could it be? Maybe it's just turkey. Maybe that's why they call it turkey dinner.
Maybe
it's just like be turkey.
Turkey with like a sage flavor to it or something.
Maybe a stuffing-ish in there or something.
But I'll try to remember to bring that tomorrow so we can try it out. Ramen's one of those other things that's too. It's like, when we try stuff on the air, it's usually like, oh, we'll open a package and try it out.
Yeah.
This requires preparation.
Yeah, you got to put like hot water and all that.
Mix it, heat it up.
The lowest levels of cooking.
That's right.
If you can burn water, make ramen.
God knows I can.
Yep.
Now, a place like this is ideal for that because you're not supposed to microwave those ramen cups. You're supposed to put hot water in them.
I do that.
Yes.
I am. I'm proud to. Well, and it was one of those days where I kept, it was years of tired of the ramen cup boiling over in the microwave. Mm-hmm. And then one day I read the directions. Weird. And
why?
And when I read them, it said, heat water, then pour it into the cup.
Mm-hmm.
So
it turns out you're not supposed to microwave them, although we all have been for generations.
Yes.
That was so funny. I think it was the beginning of this year, maybe like late last year. I think the Maruchan or the Top Ramen people were like, we've designed a cup that you can microwave. And like collectively America was like, wait, what?
We weren't supposed to microwave? Yeah.
Just all of us together all at once were like, what? Are you sure?
It does make a difference.
I mean, I've had it both ways. I don't necessarily think it does.
I would argue what happens is if you just pour the water on the top and then throw it in there, it doesn't get a chance to mix. So when it does bubble over, you lose some of the seasoning because that's usually what's sitting on top.
Yeah, it's true.
So it's a more flavorful ramen.
I've never had one run over. I've had a cup start to melt.
Now, every one of mine, and I always used to like, well, I'm not going to fill it to the line. And it's still, blah, blah, blah. Like, dang it.
That kind of stuff starts house fires when you don't fill things to the fill line.
Yeah.
Like on,
I'd leave
on
like,
Easy Mac, it's like, do not underfill. I'm like, what's going to happen if I do? The microwave just...
There will be a series of events.
Some guy just shows up at my door. You didn't hit the fill line, did you? Get in the car.
I have a certain set of skills if you don't fill into the microwave line.
The people at Kraft are serious.
You thought it was all fun and games and floating noodles through the air, but it ain't.
It certainly is not.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I shared one of my food crimes with someone yesterday with the Kraft mac and cheese, and they kind of equally gave me the look of, because that's like the one food crime that everyone gives me a hard time about is I like to put ketchup in Kraft mac and cheese.
Yeah. I feel like that's kind of like Canadian of you.
Maybe.
Because you know how you have
it's my aunt's fault.
Well, you have very specific feelings about red sauce on your eggs.
Yeah. I do.
It's a huge thing in Canada. Apparently, they put ketchup and actually, honestly, maple syrup on their eggs too.
I would much be more down for that than ketchup.
I just don't know. Why though? Ketchup makes things better.
I just think it's ghetto. It just looks.
I don't
like
agree with.
When I see people put ketchup on eggs, I think they're less intelligent. I don't know. It bugs me. It just doesn't.
Okay, ketchup on eggs is the hot sauce on your eggs for people who don't like spice or like it super hot. It just adds that kind of that tomatoiness, that sweetness that the ketchup brings.
I mean, I've had it. It's fine. It just looks rubish. It just looks.
Now, I will say ketchup on anything but a scrambled egg is a food crime.
Oh, I've never even heard of someone put ketchup on a not scrambled egg.
Like if you're eating like an over easy egg or something and you're putting ketchup on it, what's wrong with you?
That's just, I would never even.
Then I will sit in judgment of you.
But
if it's a scrambled egg, and part of this is also that I've abided when my daughter does this because she's real big with ketchup on her eggs.
You know what it is? I think at the end of the day, deep down in my id, I don't think of ketchup as a breakfast condiment. And so I'm like, put that away for lunch.
You save that until it's at least noon.
Yeah. Jellies.
So wait, ketchup is the scotch of the condiment community?
There you go.
Don't break that out till the sun goes down.
It's like the jellies and those are breakfast condiments.
See, I am kind of the same way with ketchup on a hot dog. That's very Chicagoan of me, I know.
I don't do it, but I don't judge people because I think, like for kids, you get a pass. Put ketchup on anything.
Sure.
The kids can do what they want. That's what it is. I think at some point, like, you should grow up to be an adult and not put ketchup on your eggs.
Yeah, I think it's definitely
Like when I was a kid, I put ketchup on steak, but a grown man is not putting ketchup on my steak.
Hey, nothing sets off the flavor of a well-done steak like some ketchup. One of my favorite lines in the movie Waiting.
Yeah.
But, there is maybe a bit of juvenility to it.
Yeah.
But also, I mean, if it makes things, it lubes the food and makes it go down smoother.
At the end of the day, you do you,
right.
But I will judge you. Judge me. Like I get judged for my Kraft mac and cheese and ketchup. So be it. I'm sitting there just happy as a clam in the corner.
And I've personally never tried it, so I can't pass judgment.
That's the thing. I think most people, if they got past it and tried it, it kind of adds a little zing.
Now you're talking about specifically like Blue Box, just plain.
Yeah. I don't do it to people's homemade mac and cheese. That's rude.
If you've got a fancy breadcrumb topping, Mike comes in with the Heinz.
Yeah, no. I strictly reserve that.
Then we judge you.
Yeah, Kraft or KG Velveeta or something. But yeah, it's a box cheese, Kraft mac and cheese.
We're talking about Kraft dinner here,
right? But then again, too, occasionally I'll do like but then I'll throw like chicken or something in there too and make it like a little whole casserole thing.
But then again, I also like weird food combinations. Like, I like to try things that shouldn't work together, but just do.
Yeah.
That's the entire way the Monte Cristo sandwich was invented.
Yeah.
Somebody was like probably eating breakfast next to some other guy's ham sandwich, and a little jelly got over. He's like, I think we're onto something here, Phil.
Well, I'm telling you right now, my favorite fried bologna, scrambled egg, grape jelly sandwich.
That's pretty ghetto. But honestly, it sounds pretty fantastic,
It
too.
is delightful.
All those flavors just coagulate and coalesce into one.
Grape jelly, scrambled egg, fried bologna, toast sandwich.
Grape jelly, specifically.
Grape jelly.
All right.
I mean, I guess you do you, but me, I'm a grape guy.
I'm more of a marmalade man.
Or an apple butter.
Yeah. But, like a real rustic.
And then if you really want to go hard in the paint, scrapple grape jelly.
Ooh.
Scrambled egg.
First of all, you got to track down Scrapple in this part of the country.
Yeah, I'm going to look. I wonder if you can go to like the grocery store and find
I would reckon maybe like a butcher might be able to, whip up a Scrapple for you.
Yeah. I'm going to take a look at that. So, you can get it online, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Get it on Amazon or something.
I've never personally tried to look about online order Scrapple.
I've never online ordered, but I remember back in Maryland, you go to the grocery store and get it with like bacon or sausage.
Does it come in like a can or
it comes in a vacuum sealed loaf. It comes in a vacuum, like all the packages I ever bought. It was a vacuum sealed loaf.
So, okay.
Usually like some brand like SK or something like that makes it.
American Pallet Pennsylvania Scrapple.
Yeah,
$18.28 for this one.
How much are they giving you for $18?
I'm not sure. This is 1.25 pounds for $9.99 from S. Clyde Weaver.
That's not bad.
6-pack of 1 pound Scrapple packs is $39.99 on eBay. So yeah, it's
that's a lot of money for 6 pounds of garbage.
For leave-ins. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Scrapple's supposed to be like all the stuff you cut off the good stuff,
now
right?
it's got bougie, I think.
Right.
That's what happened. And once it gets bougie, they charge whatever you want for it.
Yeah, diner food does tend to have its moment in the sun.
Yeah. So, but yeah. I will admit, it's an acquired taste if you've never had it, but I like it. I was raised on it, so it's because the innards is soft, and so it's like liver.
It's a mush of fried pork scraps, trimmings, with cornmeal, wheat flour. Honestly,
it tastes.
I'm somebody who likes liver and onions, so that sounds delightful.
Well, but I mean, it's kind of got that liver thing where it looks better than sometimes it tastes. Even if that makes sense. Like it doesn't match,
right?
And so it kind of has that same deal. So we need to get the hour going.
Yes, we do.
Yesterday we had Amy McVeigh-Tatus and Nancy Fleming join us to talk about Museum Day on November 1st. We're going to play that interview for you here in just a few minutes. In the 8 o'clock hour, around 8:15 or so, Geneva Martinez is going to join us from the organization With Many Hands. I got to say, not with many hands. It just sounds too many withs. But With Many Hands will be hosting a 2-day public forum for our municipal election candidates. For night 1 will be wards 1 and 3 for city council. Night 2 will be the mayoral race and wards 4 and 5. And so she's going to join us and talk all about what's going to go and when, where, when, who, what's, and all that good stuff.
Sure.
And then in the 9 o'clock hour, about 9:15, we'll have the folks from the Roswell Chamber of Commerce join us. And they'll give us an update on events and activities and things they've got going on through the chamber.
Good stuff.
And then news is of the local national variety, Wall Street business updates, and whatever else we can come up with for today's show. But, Feast, let us get you up to date on our weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have a low pressure system on the way that might bring us a little bit of rain tomorrow, but we're looking good today. Lots of sunshine, low to mid 80s. For the overnight hours, turning cloudy, we'll be in the mid 50s. Then we've got scattered showers in the forecast for Thursday. Afternoon high will be in the low 80s. We're right back to sunshine on Friday and all the way through the weekend. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 41 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 76% with winds out of the north at 5 miles per hour. Sunny skies, like I said, a little warmer today. 82 are expected high with south winds at around 5 miles per hour. They say we do have a chance at some sprinkles overnight between like midnight and 3 in the morning, but nothing major. Mostly cloudy, overnight low of 54. South wind, so it'll be a little warmer tonight too, mid-50s. Looking at south winds at around 5 miles per hour. Now Tuesday, we're waking up to rain chances. There's a 30% chance of some showers and thunderstorms possible in the AM hours. Partly cloudy for the day, a high of 79 with southeast winds at around 5 miles per hour. Thursday night, there's also a 20% chance at showers, partly cloudy, overnight low of 50, south winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday, no talk of rain, just mostly sunny skies, 77 for a high with winds out of the northwest at around 5 miles per hour. Friday night, skies will be clear, overnight low of 48. And then looking at the weekend, sunny and 76 for Saturday, sunny and 82 for Sunday. So pretty nice week. Maybe we'll get a little moisture tomorrow. Hope so, as long as it doesn't mess with anything. But I think during the morning, that'd be all right. Maybe umbrellas for work and school, but yeah, all right. We could use a little rain. All righty, it is 21 minutes after 7 o'clock. We're going to take a quick commercial break. You'll notice there's a KSVIP in there today. That's something they do on our sister station in Artesia. But I was honored, so they told me to play it in our show. So here's our. We're going to take a quick break. There's a KSVIP in there, and then on the other side we'll play our interview we had with the ladies from Talking Museum Day. That's up next. Don't go away.
Today's KSVIP is Mike Winters. Mike is host of Mornings with Mike Winters on our Roswell station KEND and a former host of Good Morning Artesia. And Mike recently received the National Outstanding Eagle Scout Award given to scouts who have demonstrated distinguished service beyond their time as youth members. Mike, we're proud of you for receiving this award and are honored that you're able to be supportive of scouting in our area. Today, Mike, you're going to receive a flower from Nels Floral and KSVP. Today's KSVIP, Mike Winters.
When managing a chronic illness, access to the right treatments makes all the difference. Artesia General Hospital's Infusion Center provides IV therapy and biologic treatments, so you don't have to travel far for care. Expert infusion therapy right here in Artesia. Call 575-736-8256 today to learn more.
At Martine's Capital Cafe, come in and enjoy a delicious variety for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Try our burritos, huevos rancheros, asado, chorizo, sausage, flautas, fajitas, chili rellenos, quesadillas, enchiladas, sopapillas, and don't forget their award-winning green chili cheeseburger and so much more. Everything is prepared with the finest and freshest ingredients. Martine's Capital Cafe. Quality, value, tradition, and the most delicious New Mexican food since 1989. Open Monday through Saturday from 6 to 8:30 p.m. at 110 West 4th Street in Roswell.
Looking to start, continue, or complete your higher education journey? Join the more than 6,000 fellow Greyhounds on their journey to student success. Eastern New Mexico University offers the most affordable higher education degree in the Southwest, and New Mexico residents can go to school tuition-free with the New Mexico Opportunity Scholarship. With online or in-person degrees, ENMU is the right choice for you. For more information, visit enmu.edu. ENMU, student success. That's what we're about.
No doubt about it, our favorite season is fall. Leaves fall, temperatures fall, and electric bills fall. Fall brings us the joy of mowing our lawn for the last time and the sadness of picking that last tomato. Here at Roswell Seed Company, we start to talk about pansies, broomweed, and the first freeze. Yeah, we can get downright giddy. This is Ben Manette from Roswell Seed Company, reminding you that fall is when Mother Nature starts to show off. Try not to miss any of it.
Jennifer here at Trustmark Roofing and Windows. And did you know that we get a bunch of service calls per year from people who didn't even hire us? That means they originally hired someone else to replace their roof, windows, or gutters. Then later, when a problem popped up, they tried to call their contractor back to help, only to find out that the contractor has ceased to exist. They're gone, done, out of state, out of business. At Trustmark Roofing and Windows, we have serviced southeastern New Mexico for 20 years. As a second-generation contractor, we have serviced our area through many major hail and windstorms. We have customers who are the kids of customers that we've serviced many years ago. We will be here when you need us, period. For roofing, gutters, or windows, visit trustmarkroofing.org or call Trustmark Roofing and Windows 575-755-ROOF. That's 575-755-7663.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. A group of 12 or more cows is called a flink. If you have only 11 cows, that's called a lot of cow pies. Here's Mike Winters.
Joining us in studio this morning, of course, Amy McVeigh-Tejas with the Historical Society for Southeast New Mexico back with us. Also, Nancy Fleming with the Miniatures and Curiosities Museum as well. Good morning.
Good morning.
All cheery and happy this morning.
We're excited.
Well, it is. It's cool. This is a fun. I love that this is a thing now.
Yes.
Love that this is the third one now. Yeah, the third annual. And I love this. And for folks, the third annual Museum Day is coming up here November 1st, and I'll let you guys kind of give the how this started and what this is about. But tell folks what Museum Day is for folks that may have missed the first two somehow.
Okay, well, Museum Day started with Caroline Brooks and I discussing the Smithsonian Museum Day, which was in September, where all museums that kind of had a Smithsonian they're part of the affiliated, or just like them, they would have a free day. And we decided, well, maybe Roswell needs its own museum day so that all of our museums could be free on that day and entice the community. So our first one was so successful that, now we're on our third year, and we've picked up a new museum.
About to say, we usually have like 7. I'm like, no. But we're growing. We are so blessed to even have this opportunity because peel back the curtain. How many towns of this size do you know have a museum, let alone 8 museums?
Well, I remember we had 5 forever. So, and then, of course, Mr. Anderson made the Anderson Museum, and Elaine and I made the Miniatures and Curious Collections Museum, and now we have the Roswell Space Toy Museum.
Absolutely.
But we will only have 7 locations this year.
Unfortunately, because the Roswell Museum is still dealing with flooding issues.
Yes, we have to talk about that. That's right. They are not reopened, but they will have an amazing presentation as a pop-up in the Anderson Museum.
Okay.
So you will get to see, if you have not seen the images from the flood, and they're amazingly scary and sad.
So they're going to have their exhibit will be the flood exhibit. So they're going to be like art and photography.
Well, it'll be on just a video.
Oh, okay.
They're going to be kind of.
I was thinking like art, of course.
But it's just to see the images on the
give
screen.
Give people a real sense of what went on in that building.
That's right, and get to talk to them. What it's been like. What have you been doing? Just hearing them talk about all of the things that are up in Chicago and frozen and being unfrozen to be evaluated is really interesting.
It is.
It's kind of unprecedented.
Absolutely.
There aren't other places that are going through this.
It's history in the making, because when we were at Las Cruces for the state conference and she did her presentation, it was empowering to know the history and the example that they're making and striving to learn, educate. And we're going to be better through all of this and helping others.
It's kind of a project that rolls all of humanity into one. And what I mean by that is, of course, we're talking about the art. And so there's the creative side, the history side of the stuff behind it. But then the STEM and math side of how do we learn about it, preserve it, restore it, whatever. So it's a whole lesson. It's like a big fruit salad in one bite right there.
On behalf of the Historical Society, we remind artists all the time, they are historians.
Yes.
They are telling history, their history in the making. It's just coming together.
But I didn't really answer your first question. The first question is, what is Museum Day?
Yes,
it's where
we get sidetracked
the
easy.
Community is invited to go to every single museum free. We have passports, which means that when you go to each museum, you get a stamp or a sticker that says, hey, I've been there.
Absolutely.
And even if you just take a spin around to see what they offer, because it's going to be crowded and you don't want to be there trying to look at something with the crowds, it's okay. It's like
Whet your
giving you
appetite.
whet your appetite. That's right. But you will also be able to be entered into drawings at every single museum. And if you get to all 7 locations, which is 8 museums, then you get to be entered into a drawing worth $800.
I'm about to say it would behoove you to take a visit to all 7 and get all 8 passport locations filled out.
That's right.
And do all that. But like obviously you'll get a 2-for-1 at the Anderson here with the Roswell Museum and the Anderson.
Correct. And if you don't win the big prize, you still get a little nerd button. And so we've had 3 nerd buttons, and you should collect them every year.
And, I mean, at the end of the day, it's going to be a fun day. I'm telling you right now, you got from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., so you plot and plan accordingly.
That's right.
And you can visit each of the different locations, and that's where you get you can get a passport, I think, at each of the
All
7
of them
locations.
except the UFO
The UFO Museum, it's a
Everyone.
little different.
That's right.
Now, because this is for locals. This is kind of a
That is
local thing,
exactly right.
and they are so they are letting locals participate, and so you can get your passport stamped there, and they'll let you in for free, but you can't get one from there.
Correct.
You can
That
get
is
it from
exactly
any of
right.
the other 6 locations. That's how they usually do it for Museum Day. But that's the logic behind that. If anybody's kind of curious about
That's
that,
correct.
this is sorry, it's a local thing. But please, if you're not local and you happen to be just giddy bopping around, come by and check out the museum and everything else and see exactly, maybe if you can't delve into all of them, maybe it'll get you, like you said, whet your appetite. And you're like for instance, you'd be like, I didn't realize New Mexico Military Institute had a museum.
That's right.
And you will find some very unique and one-of-a-kind things. And like, if you ever want to see a Medal of Honor up close and personal, they got one in there. And I mean, and that's just tip of the iceberg, the history of that. But I don't think a lot of people realize that museum exists. And that's why Museum Day is the perfect thing. It's like, hey, come see what's in your own backyard. And that's what November 1st is all about.
And some museums, like ours, have rotating exhibits. So I am frantically putting up a glorious glass show, which will have everything from paperweights and marbles to glowing uranium glass.
It's I don't care how many times you go to the Miniatures Museum, it's a different experience every single time. And it's what I love about it is it's almost everything from the amazing to the ridiculous. Oh, you know what I'm saying? All in one building.
Accept it. I'll accept that for sure.
And that's what I love about that place. And same with the Anderson. I mean, every time you go in that place, you're like, huh. That's because it's such an eclectic mix of art there.
That's right. And they grow by 6 pieces a year because they have 6 artists in residence. And now they are hosting the artist in residence exhibit, since that the Roswell Museum doesn't have a facility. They pick that up. So I think it's Tendai Mupita's show. It's wonderful. And but yeah, they grow by 6 pieces, so it's almost like a scavenger hunt.
Absolutely.
Go find the new pieces.
See the new thing. And what I love about it, because like I think if now, all museums kind of create or inspire and create, but I think the Anderson is the best out of the box. I mean, Curiosities is right there neck and neck, but you know what I mean? Because you see so much art made out of things that you wouldn't think. You know what I mean? It's just, you're like, huh. There's so much art in there that has nothing to do with like canvas and paint, you know, if that makes sense. There's so much art in other
back
words.
to the way that they select the artists. They really are selecting the artists who are doing things that are so unique to their personal vision. And that's why you don't see it everywhere.
Absolutely.
It's because it's really unique to each of the artists who have been there for the past.
But I think that's inspiring.
Very.
Because again, it's like art and music. You know, you learn the rules to break the rules sometimes, and this is like prime example of that right there in that museum.
Yeah, maybe see if you go back every year, you get used to it, and you realize, maybe I do like this piece after all.
Exactly. it thinks, it grows and things. But
That's right.
and this is also the beauty of Museum Day too, is because we have 8 different museums. You've got all walks. You know, we talked about NMMI, Walker Aviation Museum. If you want to learn the history of the air base that was called home here during World War II and beyond, and of course where it is today, and also they do a big talk about the first generation of intercontinental ballistic missiles they were right here in Roswell, New Mexico. So that museum focuses on that history of Roswell. And let's see, what other museums am I missing here? They're getting so many I can't keep track.
Just reminding people who are listening, at the Historical Society, we're offering a fun historic book fair. We just got some amazing, unique books in. We'll have authors sign in. And we're going to have 2 fun new exhibits.
Okay.
And so, you know what? You're going to have to come to see. We're really, really excited.
Well, I know both John and Donna have been. I guess they don't work on a typewriter anymore, but you know what I mean. They've been pecking away.
It's just different. A little bit different. Yeah.
They're more modern convenience.
So we're hoping individuals. They've got the little spooky concept going, so Halloween can flow right into the weekend to flow with their books.
We can call it Day 2 Halloween
There you go.
come
Just
and
the
do all that good stuff too.
That's right. Yeah, we got bumped kind of from September to now November.
Sure.
So we let the air races have the September.
Well, you know what?
I think November
we lucked
1st.
out. I think we lucked out because the weather for this weekend's going to be like 70s and 80s. I'm going to knock on wood that Halloween weekend will be the same way. And it just might be a better weather day to come and just visit all the museums, and might inspire one to say, all right, maybe we'll have lunch outdoors somewhere in between.
But they are indoors, so if it's just a little nippy or a little wet, they're all indoors.
Well, every one of these museums do hold things of value, and they protect them. So yeah, they don't have out.
That's right. Well, you're exactly right.
But we would love to get this, and we would love to make it obviously a family thing. Bring the family, because, like you said, each of the museums are going to have little opportunities, arts and crafts, or various activities for kids and families to participate in. So it's not just, all right, come in the museum and look around. I mean, that's part of it, and we want you, but they're going to have fun activities for the kids. Like you said, make sure you get those passports filled out. Right. I would hate for you to miss out an opportunity to get an opportunity to win that $800 drawing package there. And a lot of times they'll have snacks and refreshments. So if you play your cards right, lunch might be covered if you hit enough of them.
Cheetos and vision.
Yeah.
And bring your cameras.
Absolutely.
And share images. That's one thing. You're exactly right. Sharing the images.
Oh yeah, that we want you to kind of put it online and tag your friends and put. Is there like a special hashtag or anything we want people to use when they're sharing their stuff? I know kids like to. I don't think that way, but younger.
Good question. And Caroline will be coming on.
Create one.
The next, we're having a meeting tomorrow. We can discuss these things, and Caroline's coming on the 30th.
Yes,
I know. So hopefully some of the other museums.
So maybe we can do an update. But that's a good idea. Is maybe get a hashtag out there. We can get a little social love on all the rest.
Well, I know that's part of the Roswell Space Toy Museum has vignettes
they're
for people. They're the new
ones to our
yes, the new kid on the block. But they do have really nice photo ops. And that's kind of part of it.
So good deal. So they're thinking ahead, you know, and but this is the cool part about it. And it's, I imagine from the museum perspective, it's kind of cool because now because you're close. It's a close-knit community. Everyone works hand in hand, but at the same time, it's almost a collaborative thing where it's like, hey, see what they do over at this museum? We should try to do something, and vice versa, you know. And so I think it kind of makes each other better too, as it gives an opportunity.
We collaborate quite a bit, and this is, of course, the biggest collaboration.
Well, and it's growing and getting better each year, and I hope it gets to a thing where it's just, you know, we think of it like we're getting closer, but I want it to be like UFO Festival, you know, Museum Day, Chili Fest, you know, all these things. I want it to be in that kind of brain of Roswell folks and things.
We were part of Tourism Council for years. I've been with the Historical Society 10 years. And Mike, one of the things that I am so thankful to God for that conversation 3 years ago of unifying our museums. We are a family. And I just want to encourage people listening, for whatever reason, if you can't attend Museum Day on November 1, have the mindset we are 8 museums of Roswell. And to us, every day is Museum Day. We all may have different calendars, but make sure when people are coming through town, we celebrate all that Roswell has to offer. And even if they have 1 or 2 hours, really pulling this together through all this diverse celebration of our wonderful community.
And that's, and you know, and this is that, like you said it, and it's, whereas obviously Roswell, New Mexico is known internationally for one
That's
thing.
right.
I mean, come on, we can't And so we embrace that. If that's why people are coming here, and then they get here and say, "Oh, did you know this is like one of the dairy capitals of Southeast?" Oh, by the way, did you know they have an amazing art community with artists that are world renowned sitting, and by the way, jazz musicians come here and do, they realize that, holy mac, there's more than little gray men in Roswell, and that's what Museum Day is about. And so that's what this is. So yes, exactly what you're saying, Amy. Tell the world when you do this, and if you can't make all 8, or if I get it. I know. Because last hour, if you heard, we walked in Alzheimer's is also that morning too. So I want to work that. So maybe start the day, put your purple on, and walk a little bit. About 10 o'clock, you're ready to hit the museums and all that good stuff.
Have some lunch, and you're having to take a nap, eat some lunch.
Yeah, so I get it. It's
Make
a busy
day.
But there's so much you can get, and I think you can work this in together with the families. And you're down, say, we're down to the south end. Well, while we're down here, we'll hit Walker Aviation Museum.
That's
we'll hit,
right.
We're downtown. Let's hit the Historical Society. Let's hit the Miniatures Museum. Let's hit, as we're heading north, all right, the Anderson NMMI, and obviously the Toy Museum's downtown too. So don't forget that when you're downtown.
That's right. Have to cover them all.
Yeah, and so you got so just kind of make and obviously depending where you live and where you start. If you're down the south end, start there, north end, or vice versa, or maybe start the opposite and work your way back home. I don't know, whatever you want to do, but kind of make a plan for the day and have some fun with it. And from 10 to 5. But I guess the big thing is, make sure that you get all your passport filled out and turned in, I guess, at your last destination by 5 p.m. On that November 1st.
That's
correct. And the drawing will be held at 5:30 at the Anderson Museum for the grand prize.
So if you'd like to, maybe head on over there at 5:30 and see the drawing live. And who knows, maybe you're walking out the door of that Enterprise. Save some shipping and handling.
It was really sweet. Last year, the gentleman that won had gone around with his son.
Oh, cool.
And they had made it like a father-son day.
That's exactly what they intended. Yeah.
It was beautiful.
Their faces, and it was just perfect.
And here's the cool part. That's going to be like, that day is going to be something, I hope, that's a father-son memory. But the little cherry on top is, we wanted a nice, beautiful prize basket at the end of
That's
the day.
right. Well, and the cool thing is there will be 9 prizes, right?
Yeah, actually, this will be a little bit better.
No,
8 prizes.
If we all give one, that's 8, and then the grand prize is 9.
That's true.
So, you have an opportunity to win a basket from any of all.
This is almost, you almost got to change this to Christmas in November.
So they have a good chance of winning. So
every raffle has swag from all of the museums.
Yes.
And then something special or some things special from that particular museum.
Yeah.
And all of them are amazing.
Yeah.
We get so excited. Everybody kind of showing what they get. It's very exciting.
It is. It's a lot of fun. So please, obviously, we're going to remind you as we get closer to the event, but mark it on your calendars now. Saturday, November 1st, the City of Roswell is celebrating Museum Day all day from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Come celebrate 8 different museums, 7 different locations. Get your passport at all except the UFO Museum, and you can get, so maybe your first location's not there. You make that your second or one of the others, or your last one. You can drop them off there at the end, I believe, but you can't. And that's, again, we explained that earlier. But so go to, but you can pick one up at any of the other 6 locations.
And they were put in all the backpacks. So if
and
you
the
have
schools, you may already have one.
Yes.
If you got one in your
bring your children if you're listening, because they have been delivered to all schools.
But I understand not everything that gets to the kid gets home sometimes.
It might be in that backpack somewhere.
I understand. But if that's a problem, then we can swing by any of the museums and pick one up, like I said, with the exception of the UFO Museum there. So, and then please bring that with you. Get it filled out and stamped. Don't forget, when you're at the Anderson, get 2. One for the Roswell Museum and one for the Anderson Museum.
Correct.
And then just get ready to have a day. And like you said, maybe do it last year's winner did. Make it a father-son or daddy-daughter, daddy-daughter or mommy-son, mommy-daughter, or parents or whatever. Whatever. Grandparents bring the grandkids, whatever, or all the above. Family Reunion Day. We're going to line up 6 generations of family. We're going to hit all museums.
Okay, we'll be ready.
The T-shirts. If you do that, make it matching T. Call it the Jones family, and you get all rolling through there.
A family tradition.
I love it. Is there anything, ladies, we missed? Anything we wanted to share, or anything we wanted to cover?
No, I have to get back to get my installation
I'm about
up.
to say. Well, the problem with working at a Curiosities and Miniatures Museum, it's hard to find things. It's so tiny. Like, where'd I put that?
Crunch.
I'm sorry, my vision's too bad to work there full time. I break more than I.
Well, the Curious Collection side is large things.
There you go. Put me in the Curiosity
There you
department, not the
go. There
Miniatures
you go.
department.
That's
I'm
right.
sorry, I'm in Curiosities. You need to go to Miniatures for that. Thank
Now for your Pecos Valley News Update. I'm Jared Sorello. The Artesia Senior Center has some new photographs from a local resident on display. The wildlife pictures were captured by Lee Johnson, a former teacher and coach who frequents the Senior Center. Lee is an avid outdoorsman and began doing wildlife photography earlier this year. Get into the spooky spirit with the Artesia Public Library's Pumpkin Decorating Contest. Decorate your pumpkin to make it look like your favorite book character and fill out the entry form at the library. The public will be able to vote on their favorite for each of the different age categories. The winners will be announced on Halloween. And a reminder, the city of Artesia is undergoing some maintenance this week involving its computer network. So until Friday, city departments may be unable to process payments or take phone calls. City offices remain open. You can visit in person. The city of Artesia apologizes for any inconvenience. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello.
Apple AirTags were invented to help people like me easily find their car keys, luggage, or anything else that's easily misplaced. Unfortunately, they also work very well for stalkers, too. I'm Kim Commando for NetSuite. Download the free CFO's Guide to Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning right now at netsuite.com/Kim. This story comes to us from Nebraska, where a woman's iPhone was constantly giving her messages that it had picked up a new wireless device. The device showed up every time she drove her car. The woman assumed it was her lost AirPods, but while looking, she discovered not one, but 4 Apple AirTags apparently placed in her car by her ex. She was being stalked. And in Nebraska, prosecuting this kind of stalking has all been but impossible. State laws are catching up, though. When your smartphone discovers something and can't identify it, think AirTags. Don't stop until you find them, and then immediately remove its battery and take it to the nearest police station. Get my 5-star rated newsletter for free right now at getkim.com. What does the future hold for business? Ask 9 experts and you're going to get 10 answers. Bull market, bear market, rates will rise or fall, inflation's up or down. If only there were a crystal ball. Over 43,000 businesses have future-proofed their business with NetSuite by Oracle, the #1 AI cloud ERP, bringing accounting, financial management, inventory, and HR all into one fluid platform. With a single unified suite, there's one source giving you the visibility and control to make quick decisions. With real-time insights and forecasting, you're peering into the future with actionable data. And when you're closing the books in days and not weeks, you're spending less time looking backwards and more time on what's next. Whether your company earns millions or hundreds of millions, NetSuite helps you respond to today's challenges and seize opportunities. Download the CFO's Guide to AI Machine Learning for free at netsuite.com/Kim. That's netsuite.com/Kim, netsuite.com/Kim.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have a low pressure system on the way that might bring us a little bit of rain tomorrow, but we're looking good today. Lots of sunshine, low to mid 80s. For the overnight hours, turning cloudy, we'll be in the mid 50s. Then we've got scattered showers in the forecast for Thursday. Afternoon high will be in the low 80s. We're right back to sunshine on Friday and all the way through the weekend. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Still burning cash on posters that get tattered, tired, and tossed? Turn heads with vibrant LED posters from DSI. Plug and play with custom updatable graphics. Showcase a single showstopper or link several for a seamless video wall. For over 27 years, DSI has helped New Mexico businesses communicate smarter with printers, IT support, AV, and more. Ready to elevate your message and cut costs? Call 888-386-7834 or visit dsinm.com today.
But in girls soccer, it's already wrapping up. The Roswell Coyotes yesterday played their last regular season game, defeating Clovis on the road 2-1. Roswell's 10-10 overall and 2-4 in district after that victory. So probably not going to make the postseason. That's probably it for the Coyotes. Meanwhile, Goddard will play its last regular season game tomorrow at 6 o'clock. The Rockets will be hosting Lovington. Goddard is 7-10-2 overall, 2-3 in district, while Lovington is 4-12-2 overall, 3-2 in district. The last game for Goddard, a success, a 7-1 victory last Thursday. Olivia Rosso, 4 goals for the Lady Rockets. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. Amazon says a massive outage of its cloud computing service has been resolved after a problem disrupted internet use around the world, taking down a broad range of online services, including social media, gaming, food delivery, streaming, and financial platforms. The U.S. government shutdown continues to shut off the flow of key economic data at a moment of uncertainty among policymakers and investors about the health of the U.S. job market, the trajectory of inflation, and the strength of consumer spending and business investment. The U.S. Department of Energy is looking to buy 1 million barrels of crude oil for delivery to the Strategic Petroleum Reserve as it seeks to take advantage of relatively low oil prices to help replenish the stockpile. Volkswagen is preparing to pause production of 2 key models, but denied any connection with the standoff over Dutch chipmaker Nexperia, putting pressure on supply chains. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
Is your old car really scary? Does it look dreadful or smell awful? Don't be afraid. Roswell Ford will take in any trade. Roswell Ford needs your trade, so now is the perfect time to upgrade from your old vehicle and drive home a new Ford or quality pre-owned vehicle. You'll be shocked at how much we'll pay for your old car, truck, or SUV toward the purchase of a new Ford. And don't be frightened by how much you owe on your old car. Roswell Ford will take your trade, even if you owe thousands more than it's worth, so you can upgrade to a new Ford and get massive savings. 0% financing and make no payments till 2026. Worried your credit will make car buying scary? We've partnered with even more aggressive lenders who will push to approve your credit, even if it's less than perfect. All roads lead to huge American-made savings and a better buying experience. Get on board at Roswell Ford, 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com. 0 APR for 48 months is $20.83 per thousand finance. Interest accrues from date of sale. Subject to lender approval on select vehicles. Offers not combined.
If you want to install a new roof, you can do it the cheap way or you can do it the right way. Jennifer here from Trustmark Roofing, and one of our customers recently found this out the hard way. He was going to hire us to re-roof his roof, but he found someone to do the job for $2,000 cheaper. Half a year later, this customer called us to re-inspect his brand new roof. Turns out this contractor was not a contractor at all. He had no license and no insurance. The roof was installed incorrectly and never had been passed by the city inspector. We had to re-roof his brand new roof, tear off the shingles and start from scratch. It was the most expensive $2,000 anyone has ever saved. If you need a roof installed the right way, you can trust who your neighbors trust. You can trust Trustmark Roofing for no obligation to the penny quote on your roof transformation. Call 575-755-ROOF. That's 575-755-7663.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
Experience Still Waters with Leanna Crawford, the Still Waters Tour.
He leads me by still waters till my fears are gone.
With special guest Kay Thompson, Saturday, November 15th at Waymaker Church in Roswell. Get tickets now at leannacrawford.com with VIP package available or at the door. Get your tickets now for the Still Waters Tour featuring Leanna Crawford, Saturday, November 15th at Waymaker Church, 202 South Sunset in Roswell. This is an all-ages event.
You may have heard the federal government has made some major changes to health insurance, and it could affect your eligibility for coverage or how much money you can save. Schedule an appointment with a Be Well certified assister who will help you navigate these changes and what they mean for you. for free. Don't wait. Open enrollment begins November 1st. Schedule an appointment today at bewellnm.com and let us do the work for you.
When you or a loved one need medical transport, Trans-Aero answers the call. Trans-Aero Medevac operates 3 rotorcraft bases and 1 fixed-wing base in southeastern New Mexico, allowing them to respond quickly to emergencies across diverse terrains. Their fleet extends coverage deep into New Mexico and West Texas, including Artesia, Carlsbad, Roswell, Ruidoso, Midland, Lubbock, and the surrounding areas. Ready to answer the call when every second counts. Trans-Aero Medevac, proudly serving southeastern New Mexico and West Texas. Loan for free, thanks to the partnership from the City of Artesia and Trans-Aero Medevac. Life support by air.
There's nothing more magical than 80,000 cubic feet of hot air flying overhead. Join us in Artesia, New Mexico for the 42nd Annual Balloons and Tunes Festival, November 7th through the 9th. Friday kicks off with fun flights from local schools. Then Saturday and Sunday mornings, watch the skies fill with color as hot air balloons launch at dawn from Eagle Draw Park. Stick around for inflatable costume races, bounce houses, and even remote control balloons. Food and coffee trucks will keep you fueled for the fun. Saturday night, 5th and Texas comes alive at the Artesia Arts Council's Balloons, Bands, and Brews. With food trucks, local New Mexico brews, live music, and the Artesia High School Marching Band performing alongside balloon pilots in a fiery concert you won't forget. Admission is free, with only $10 entry into the beer garden. Plan your weekend getaway to Artesia, November 7th through the 9th for the Balloons and Tunes Festival. For more information, give us a call at 575-746-2744 or visit artesiachamber.com. Paid for by Artesia Lodgers Tax.
If you're missing a tooth or several teeth, a dental implant may be the ultimate solution. Implants look and feel so much like real teeth that you probably forget you have an implant. Maupin & Brown Dentistry is one of New Mexico's most experienced implant providers, with literally thousands of implant patients who are absolutely delighted with the results. Call Maupin & Brown today for an evaluation. You'd be surprised how affordable implants can be. Maupin & Brown, your choice for experienced, state-of-the-art dentistry.
If you plug your nose, you can't tell the difference between an apple, potato, and an onion, unless you open your eyes. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is closing in on 7:58. Stay tuned next hour here at about 8:15 or so. We're going to be joined here in studio by Geneva Martinez with the organization With Many Hands, and we're going to be talking about their 2-night public forum they're going to be hosting for the upcoming municipal election. Night 1 on October 27th, they're going to be hosting the forum for candidates in City Council Wards 1 and 3. And then the next night, Tuesday, October 28th, they're going to do the mayoral race and then City Council candidates for Wards 4 and 5. That'll be 5:30 p.m. each night there. We'll talk more about that with Geneva next hour. As we mentioned there earlier in the hour, we had the ladies talking about Museum Day. Again, that's going to be November 1st from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And 8 different museums at 7 different locations will be available on that day. Free admission into those. You could get your passport at any of 6 locations. The only place you can't get the passport is at the International UFO Museum, but the other museums you can get that passport and then fill it out as you go to each location and get registered for a prize package worth, I think they said $800. So pretty cool stuff. But I'm telling you, if you've never been to or got a chance to check out all the different museums we have in our community, it's a perfect day to do it. You'd be amazed at how much cool stuff we have. So, but yeah, definitely mark that day on your calendars and try to attend. And of course, earlier that morning is also the Walk to End Alzheimer's on November 1st. Go to alz.org to start registering teams if you haven't done so. Or if you have a friend that has a team, you can contribute to their teams there at alz.org. Type in Roswell and says find a walk near you. You'll find it right there. All right, it is closing in on 8 o'clock. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico. We'll be back on the other side of news.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. Vice President Vance met today with Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu, Israel's president, and other high-ranking officials to talk about what's next for the Gaza peace accords. And Vance says his mission to Israel was no spur-of-the-moment thing.
My visit had nothing to do with the events of the past 48 hours. We had actually tried to plan this visit, frankly, months ago, and now we thought this would be a good time to do it.
And now comes word that Secretary of State Rubio will be visiting Israel on Friday. President Trump, looking to end Russia's war in Ukraine, now says it would be pointless for him to meet with Vladimir Putin. The BBC's Tom Bateman.
Notably, the Russians sent a diplomatic note to the Americans at the weekend, basically sticking to all their long-term positions on the war, saying that they demanded the whole of the Donbass in the east and even more territory than they currently occupy. This is in effect a rejection of Mr. Trump's position. He said he wants a ceasefire, a freezing of the current battle lines in Ukraine. Now, an administration official telling me that there are now no plans for a summit in the immediate future, and Mr. Trump confirming that news.
New York City Republican mayoral candidate Curtis Sliwa insisting that he is not going anywhere.
I am not dropping out under no circumstance. I've already been offered money to drop out. I said no. Distant from that, with threats against Nancy and myself, I now have to have armed security with me, former NYPD officers. Never had that in my life.
Sliwa says it's up to the people, not billionaires, to decide who will occupy Gracie Mansion next. The experts say France's royal jewels could be gone forever after Sunday's daring heist at the Louvre. Thieves made off with 8 priceless pieces, including crowns and necklaces. It all went down in just 4 minutes. More on these stories, townhall.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
Opposition, according to the World Bank.
The conflict had destroyed large swathes of the country and battered critical infrastructure, including its electricity grid. The World Bank says the rebuilding may cost between $140 billion and $345 billion, but their conservative best estimate is $216 billion. World Bank Middle East Director Jean-Christophe Carr says the challenges ahead are immense, but the institution stands ready to work alongside the Syrian people and the international community to support recovery and reconstruction. I'm Charles Dillades.
At least 46 people have been killed in a highway crash in western Uganda. 2 buses collided while trying to overtake other traffic. The crash happened overnight. It also involved 2 other vehicles, according to authorities. News and analysis, townhall.com. Well, researchers now offering a new take on a Chicago curiosity, the so-called rat hole.
They now conclude some other critter was likely responsible for creating the sidewalk landmark. The rat hole was a full-body impression of a small creature crossing wet cement. The imprint closely resembled a rat, hence the nickname. Someone filled it in last year, but the city preserved the slab. Researchers have studied the imprint and conclude it was a muskrat or a squirrel, not a rat. Well, rats. Jason Walker reporting.
Warner Brothers Discovery, it's the home of HBO, CNN, and DC Studios, has signaled that it may be open to selling all or parts of its business. This development comes just a matter of months after it unveiled plans to split into two companies. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
Feel the hot wind on my shoulder, and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm, I'm breathing through it. Flamenco guitar, the cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. It's out of West and what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2. The Deuce of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Wednesday, everybody.
Yes, welcome to it.
Yeah, and thank you for tuning in. Hope your Wednesday's going swell and fine and dandy.
Well, if I can make a quick correction.
Yes.
Mornings with KSVIP Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Congratulations to Mixmaster Mike Winters.
Yeah, it was nice of them, and I got my flowers that Lana brought in, and then apparently they had a big article in the Daily Record I was starting to read there. Very nice.
Really?
Very quoted me and stuff.
I don't even remember doing that interview.
Yeah. Well, it quoted me from my speech there in the thing there, and I was like, man, it sound like kind of have a talk like stuff.
You're becoming quite the who's who around Roswell way.
That's all right. You know what that means.
I'm gonna have to set my game up if I'm gonna continue to hang.
No, it means the other show will drop soon, and like it'll be. I'm about to get in trouble for something.
This is when you get milkshake. So okay, there's a term on the internet called milkshake duck.
Okay.
What it is there was a picture of a duck with a milkshake, and then like they posted, it's like, look at this adorable milkshake, a duck with a milkshake, and then like 10 minutes later, it's like we're sad to report that the milkshake duck has been cited for racism. So yeah, now is when people start digging into your past, and all them salacious tweets come out. This is where being lazy matters. I am far too lazy to tweet salaciously, so that's why I'll never get in trouble. You're never gonna find a social scandal on me because I'm too lazy to post like that.
Quite frankly, in all fairness, I'm pretty boring myself. I'm kind of, to be honest, most of mine are just dumb jokes and dumb. I feel like this guy's got the mentality of a third grader. Yes, I do.
I remember literally the last actual tweet I sent out. This is and it dates itself too, because it was, so Harry Shearer from The Simpsons came out and said that that particular season they were going to kill off a major character.
Oh yeah, that was like 10 years ago.
And that was the year that Nancy Cartwright died.
Oh, geez. How long ago was that?
That was like 10 or 11 years ago.
Yeah.
And my tweet was, man, the producers of The Simpsons aren't messing around. That was the joke of my tweet, but that was literally the last tweet I sent.
Too soon.
And you know what? Part of it was also part of my job at another place that I used to work was I had to live tweet
TV
shows.
It was that era. Yeah.
My boss at the time wanted me to watch The Voice and Dancing with the Stars and live tweet every single performance and my thoughts.
Ugh.
Yeah, it was exhausting.
Yeah.
I was sitting there with a notebook and a pen because I was trying to take notes and figure to tweet later. Yeah, it became too much.
Speaking of Dancing with the Stars, this did not age well, by the way. I don't know if you remember this. I remember this, weirdly enough, for some reason.
Okay.
You and I had a conversation way back in the Mix 106 days on the morning show.
Okay.
And it was at the very beginning, the very first season of Dancing with the Stars came out. And I remember I went on a tirade saying, this thing will last 2 episodes, ain't nobody gonna watch. What kind of dumb thing is this?
20 years later.
I don't know if you remember that, but I do.
I vaguely do remember that, yeah. But I think that the joke we made at the time was it was Dancing with the Stars because they're not really stars. But that sort of became the staple of the show is let's get the most C-tier celebrities that we can find.
And in the later seasons, like, who's the most controversial person we can stick on here right now? You know, they always put one. Like, then they get a bunch of safe ones, but there's always one, like someone who just got out of prison or someone who did something weird in his headlines.
Sean Spicer, one season. This has been a weird season. Like, I haven't really paid much attention, but they've made a lot of like news for like nostalgia bumps.
Oh,
like, I think Danielle Fishel is one of the dancers this season.
Okay.
Topanga from Boy Meets World.
Okay.
And I guess Daniel, what's his name? Daniel Kidd from Knight Rider, Mr. Feeney.
Oh, yeah.
He showed up for William Daniels. Sorry.
He's still alive?
Yeah, he's still alive.
He passed. I honestly thought he passed.
He's up there in years.
Yeah, I
mean, the
honestly
man
thought
has
he
been 80s since the 80s.
He was in the movie 1776. He played John Adams.
Oh, okay. I don't recall seeing that.
It's a musical about the birth of our nation.
Well, see, now you're talking my language. I'm kind of in. But most people remember him as either Kit from Knight Rider or Mr. Feeney.
Right.
But I guess like he showed up in one of her performances, and it was like a whole heartfelt like reunion thing. But
okay.
So I haven't really followed closely this season, but yeah, they've adhered to the standard of getting just the most obscure celebrities they can find.
Yeah. Well, that's it's kind of like because Jocelyn and I were just talking off air last hour. She started watching that Special Forces show on Fox where they get the celebrities going through the Special Forces training. And so the new season's out, but she just kind of started watching season 1, and and it's kind of the same way on the celebrities they get on that show too. Because a lot of that one's obviously they get people that are more physical. I mean, not all of them, but so they'll have a lot of former athletes or former athletic types.
Okay, I'm just looking at the list from this season.
Johnny Manziel's one of them.
Dancing with I'm
sorry, I was still on the other show.
It's all people that are related to people this season.
Oh, really?
Jen Affleck. I didn't even know there was a Jen Affleck.
Now, is she married to, or is she
I
a
think
sister
it might be
of?
A daughter, maybe. I'm not
daughter
sure.
Of Ben or Casey?
Probably sister of
Ben or Casey.
I don't know. Hilaria Baldwin is on
Hilaria?
there. Yeah, that's her name. Hilaria. Alec Baldwin's wife.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's she's on a TV show now, right? Because don't they have a reality show, the Baldwins?
Yeah, I think they do. I think they do.
Yeah.
Dylan Efron.
Is that Zac Efron's?
Zac Efron's brother.
Brother.
I think. Yeah.
Oh, brother. Is he does he look like Zac? Is he all hunky?
Not even a little bit.
No?
Not even a little bit. Nope. Corey Feldman is on this season.
No, he didn't have they just and Corey Feldman.
And Corey Feldman. The only other names you might recognize on this list are Robert Irwin, son of
Steve Irwin. Yeah. Well, he's kind of famous on his own too, though, right?
Yeah. He's he's into conservation. Him and his sister.
Yeah, he's got like he's basically doing what his dad did, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, I think they like run. Like the
family,
the
because
financials of the Australian Zoo.
Yeah, the mom's involved. Like they're together running this whatever. And
Bindi and
the
Robert
sister and the mom and
and Andy Richter. Which that's Dancing with the Schlubs.
I'm sorry, Andy Richter's A-list in my world.
I mean, he's up there. All right, let's see. Special Forces. Let me see that. So I find that cast. But yeah, it's. Like I said,
Jesse Smollett was on this season too. Sorry, I said was. Spoilers.
Yeah. Cody Brown, Bro, Brianna's chicken fry.
Yeah.
Famous ex of Zach Brown.
What's his name? The guy that's the Sister Wives guy. I don't know his name, but he.
That's Cody Brown.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah.
Yeah, he really does look like the Sister Wives guy. Johnny Manziel is on there. Brittany Cartwright. I'm trying to see anybody I recognize offhand. Jesse James, she's on there. Randall Cobb.
Yeah, he's a former NFL player.
Yeah. Gus, not really anybody.
He's played for Packers, actually. You should know Randall Cobb. He played for the Packers.
Yeah, he's in a Packers uniform right here. Hannah Brown. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But so they're being tougher on him this season, or what's going on?
Actually, no. Well, no. Actually, I think they were harder on him in the beginning. I think I was noticing like they're a little nicer. I don't know. Nicer's not the right word. Like they have a lot of time where they don't have to be all. I don't know. I think they're treating the celebrities a little differently on this one. Like they're a little nicer to them or something. Like they still get up in their grill, but you know what I mean.
They got a letter or something.
Yeah. So anyway, speaking of that, I want to talk later at some point. Maybe it'll be tomorrow. I started watching a new show on Netflix. I'm kind of getting into.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just came out like within the last week. It's like in their top most watched right now. It's called Boots, and it's a drama series that takes place. And the reason I'm kind of into it because the main character is he graduated high school a year before me. Like I graduated in 91, this guy in the show, and then he goes into Marine Corps basic training after that. And so he's kind of goes through basic just a year or two before the window I went through Air Force basic. And so there's a lot of parallels in that thing, but it's an interesting show. I think it's based off some guy's true experiences. Right. Basically, the premise of the show is he's a guy going in the Marine Corps. He's gay. He goes in the buddy program with his friend, and so he's kind of, and that is a period of the military before Don't Ask, Don't Tell. Right before Don't Ask, Don't Tell, where they were still
asking and telling.
Well, no, not just that, but they were investigating, like suspected situations and things. It was that right before once Don't Ask, Don't Tell is kind of like, we'll look the other way, but don't be all gay out in public. Right. That was kind of the theme there. But anyways, it's a good show. I'm about 6 episodes deep, and I think there's 8 or 10 episodes there. But it's I think I just saw it on Netflix like 2 days ago, and so it's relatively new.
I saw the trailer for it. It looks interesting. I'd like to check it out.
Kind of neat. I'm kind of getting into it. It just put it this way. I can relate to many of the things how they go through basic, and I'm like, yep, just like I know Marine Corps basic and Air Force basic are not the same,
right?
But there is a lot of similarities.
I'd imagine, yeah.
There's
discipline is discipline.
Well, we don't like they're more into the rifleman stuff, so they carry the rifle 24/7. It's part of them. We don't do all that in the Air Force, but as far as some of the other techniques in which we do training, very similar. But anyway, it's pretty good.
I just imagine that in the Air Force basic training, this is my wing pin. There are many like it, but this one is mine.
Yeah, we don't have a whole poem about any of that with the rifles and all that. But that is it. Like you hear that, and that's legit. Marine Corps. That this is my rifle. Many like this one's my. They have a whole mantra that they do.
They kind of nailed. Full Metal Jacket nailed it.
Yeah, without the rifle, I am nothing. Without me, the rifle is nothing. Yeah, that whole deal. That's their mantra. So.
Yeah.
Geneva Martinez, I believe she's here. I think so. I thought I heard folks chit-chatting from many hands. Will join us here talking about their candidate forum coming up here the 27th, 28th. She'll join us here in just a minute. Before we do that, though, let's get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have a low pressure system on the way that might bring us a little bit of rain tomorrow, but we're looking good today. Lots of sunshine, low to mid 80s. For the overnight hours, turning cloudy, we'll be in the mid 50s. Then we've got scattered showers in the forecast for Thursday. Afternoon high will be in the low 80s. We're right back to sunshine on Friday and all the way through the weekend. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 44 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 65%. Winds are out of the north at 5 miles per hour. Nice day today. Really, all week. No complaints. We got a little rain chances. Maybe overnight tonight and tomorrow morning, but No complaints here. Sunny today. Looking at a high of around 82. South winds at around 5 miles per hour. Overnight tonight, like between midnight and 3 in the morning, they say we could see some isolated sprinkles. But otherwise, mostly cloudy. A little warmer tonight. Overnight low of 54 degrees. South winds at around 5 miles per hour. You'll wake up to a 30% chance at some showers and thunderstorms tomorrow. Partly cloudy. Expect a high of 79. Southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow night, we also have a 20% chance of showers. Partly cloudy. Overnight low of 50. South winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Then that's it for rain talk for the rest of the week, at least for now. Friday, sunny skies. Expect a high of 77. Northwest winds 5 miles per hour. Friday night, mostly clear. Overnight low of 48, a little chilly. So going out to football, might want to bring a coat that you'll probably in by the end of the evening there. Saturday, sunny and 76. Sunny and 82 on Sunday. And we'll start the week next week in the low 80s, 81 on Monday. All right. It is 20 minutes after 8 o'clock. Let's go ahead and take about a 4-minute break here, and then Geneva Martinez from the organization with Many Hands will join us on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Today's KSVIP is Mike Winters. Mike is host of Mornings with Mike Winters on our Roswell station KEND and a former host of Good Morning Artesia. And Mike recently received the National Outstanding Eagle Scout Award given to scouts who have demonstrated distinguished service beyond their time as youth members. Mike, we're proud of you for receiving this award and are honored that you're able to be supportive of scouting in our area. Today, Mike, you're going to receive a flower from Nels Floral and KSVP. Today's KSVIP, Mike Winters.
No doubt about it, our favorite season is fall. Leaves fall, temperatures fall, and electric bills fall. Fall brings us the joy of mowing our lawn for the last time and the sadness of picking that last tomato. Here at Roswell Seed Company, we start to talk about pansies, broomweed, and the first freeze. Yeah, we can get downright giddy. This is Ben Manette from Roswell Seed Company, reminding you that fall is when Mother Nature starts to show off. Try not to miss any of it.
The ultimate Wi-Fi experience is now available to you thanks to Smart Home Wi-Fi with Plateau. Get fiber-to-home technology 100 times faster than average household internet speed. Plateau has multiple plans and options to fit your family. With Fast, get true 100 megs per second download and upload speed. With Faster, get true 500 megs of download and upload speeds. And with Fastest, you get 1 gig. Learn more at plateautel.com. Get the speed you need with Plateau. Tried, true.
We have new dining furniture that will make you a hosting hero. This is Melanie from Glenn's Furniture. Take a break from overpriced stores. Our top-notch tables come in dining and counter heights and feature 6 to 10 chairs with styles that are sure to impress your guests. Pair your table with luxurious buffets and service to enhance the classic dining experience. All our tables are ready for immediate delivery, so buy from Glenn's today and dine on it tonight. Come see us on the corner of Union and Alameda, where delivery is free since 1953.
Is your old car really scary? Does it look dreadful or smell awful? Don't be afraid. Roswell Ford will take in any trade. Roswell Ford needs your trade, so now is the perfect time to upgrade from your old vehicle and drive home a new Ford or quality pre-owned vehicle. You'll be shocked at how much we'll pay for your old car, truck, or SUV toward the purchase of a new Ford. And don't be frightened by how much you owe on your old car. Roswell Ford will take your trade, even if you owe thousands more than it's worth, so you can upgrade to a new Ford and get massive savings. 0% financing and make no payments till 2026. Worried your credit will make car buying scary? We've partnered with even more aggressive lenders who will push to approve your credit even when it's less than perfect. All roads lead to huge American-made savings and a better buying experience. Get on board at Roswell Ford, 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com. 0 APR for 48 months is $20.83 per thousand finance. Interest accrues from date of sale. Subject to lender approval on select vehicles. Offers not combined.
Get scary good savings all month long at Roswell Hyundai. Get 2.99% APR or $249 a month for 36 months on 2025 Hyundai SEL Sport. Get 1.99% for up to 60 months on 2025 Hyundai Kona and 2026 Hyundai Santa Fe. And 0% on 2025 Hyundai Tucson or Tucson Hybrid. And up to $10,000 off remaining 2024s. If high payments got you screaming like a demon, Roswell Hyundai can help. Quit howling at the moon and head for Roswell Hyundai, 1909 West 2nd.
Hey CVE members, have you scheduled your no-cost home energy audit? If not, it's time to sign up. Call 575-746-3571 to get your name on the list for a free home energy audit. Weather stripping, new door sweeps, minor repairs, and much more. Start saving money and keep that purchased air in your home. Central Valley Electric Cooperative is happy to partner with Green Metal Energy for this valuable audit. Again, 575-746-3571.
You can't hunt camels in Arizona, but you can buy them. They go for about $10 a pack. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 25 minutes after 8 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from the organization With Many Hands, Geneva Martinez back with us. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Doing great. How about yourself? I'm always so used to saying with. But with many hands never sounds right. So I'm like, let me rephrase. But before we kind of talk about the candidate forum and everything, I know what this organization does, but kind of give folks just a little bit of background. They may have heard of With Many Hands, may see it all over social media, but maybe not fully in understand what your organization does, because to be honest, it's pretty broad. You guys you seek resources for folks, but it's in very broad terms. So kind of lay that out for folks.
Yeah. So With Many Hands is a grassroots organization, nonprofit. We represent working class folks, the constituents of the community, and we look at what real issues are.
Sure.
And we try to tackle those issues.
That's why it's kind of fluid.
Right.
I mean, there's a focus on homeless and that, because those are obviously big issues here.
It actually started off discussing recycling. Jocelyn was part of the original core group and the leadership team. And quickly it switched to affordable housing, not realizing that we didn't have enough resources, and then digging a little bit further. 70% of our homes were built from 1920 to 1980.
We're due for some upgrades.
So, So, and we talk about our water infrastructure aging out. So, our homes are aging out. And so, yes, we do need more developers to come in. We do need to do infills. But the quickest way to affordable housing is home rehabilitation.
Absolutely.
So looking at our neighborhoods. And so the group was going door knocking, talking to neighbors. And while they're door knocking, they would have to skip over houses because they're boarded up. And so our neighborhoods were not stabilized.
Which we all know, when you see boarded up and derelict buildings, it does. It brings down the neighborhood. It does draw elements of crime and things. So it really is a solving multiple issue type deal. Is, hey, if we can fix the houses, more people, better place to live. But guess what? When things are nice and taken care of, guess what happens? The whole neighborhood kind of starts doing that.
And then we see that.
Yeah.
We're actually seeing that right now. So then the first idea was that we would purchase homes that were foreclosed, or not foreclosed on, but the city had maybe condemned.
Right.
But they put liens on it. I talked to one of the attorneys, and they said it was just a lot of red tape. So we're like, okay, well, let's look at who owns these houses.
Let's start unraveling it.
Yeah, and then reach out to them. We had only $40,000 of seed money, but with that $40,000, there was 10 houses that needed work to bring the house up to livable standards for what HUD says is a safe, livable house.
Yeah.
One house needed a roof, one house needed plumbing, one needed electrical work.
Wow. So it sounds like you got a lot.
Yeah, so we got 4 houses done
that's
in
a lot of
45 days.
You could drop that easy on the roof.
yeah, right. So this idea, this pilot project of, hey, we can take money and invest, and then we make a contract with the property owner that they rent it at an affordable rent. So this idea of rehab to rental was sparked. took that to MFA, our Housing New Mexico, and they gave us $500,000 to do houses here in Travis County. And then the state recognized what we were doing, and they came along and put in another $650,000 into the state. So this program was just this little seed program of people like Jocelyn and our team leaders going and knocking on doors.
Real grassroots effort. Yeah.
And so in the 2.5 years of all of the work we've been doing, and the one-on-one conversations with people, we realized that it's not just affordable housing. There's food insecurities. People are, struggling with the water rates the hikes that came about, infrastructure, our road system, and then the flood. And so,
and it compiled everything tenfold. Yeah.
So 2 of the houses that we've already rehabbed were flood houses and now are livable. So we're excited about that. 2 other houses are out at the base, and it was just like around the corner. So now this neighborhood at the base has these houses that are newly remodeled, and families are able to utilize that for affordable housing.
That's great. One house at a time.
It is. It really is.
And that's what I love about this is like you said, because it really started from the beginning. It was just like yourself, people that want to make a difference and help. And fortunately, Geneva's very good at turning over rocks and talking to people, and he needs some folks like that. And that's why I admire what you guys do. It's just, despite hurdles, you're like, well, we still got a problem. What can we do to solve it? And that's really what the organization's about. And yes, you're continuing this work, but don't be surprised if it's going to pivot again as another need arises and things like that. So, which kind of shifts our gear to what we want to invite folks to here next week. With the upcoming municipal election, early voting is going on right now. From my understandings, last I heard, as far as numbers goes, less than 3% of registered voters have early voted so far, so most people have not voted yet in this upcoming election. Of course, November 4th is Municipal Election Day, but With Many Hands will be hosting a two-night candidate forum, basically, for all of the contested races in the upcoming municipal election for city council and mayoral candidates.
Yes.
So it'll be a two-night event. Night 1, which will take place on Monday the 27th. That'll be wards 1 and 3 for those city council contested races. And then night 2, which will be the next night, the 28th, the mayoral race, and then wards 4 and 5 will be evented. Kind of talk a little bit about how this kind of came together, this event.
Yeah, so 2 years ago, we held a public forum, and we did just housing.
Okay.
And 9 of the 11 candidates participated then. We have a lot more candidates. That's why we are... we're doing a two-night. We want to make sure that the candidates have enough time.
Ample time to really get into a meat of a question or answer.
Yeah, we want to know.
And allow the public to a chance to talk to them, too.
Right. Yeah, so doors will open at 5. At 5:30, we will start the forum.
Okay.
So if anyone wants to come a little bit early just to meet their candidates, they'll be able to do that. So far, we've had 12 candidates confirmed.
So we're going to have a good amount here. Hopefully, we can lock down all of them.
Yes, I would like to lock down all of them.
All are invited and encouraged to please come and participate.
Yes, I've made contact with all but one.
Okay.
And I'm not giving up on trying to hunt her down.
Good.
So I'm excited about that. So we're doing it a little bit different. So the questions and the concerns were brought up from surveying and getting community input from May to September.
Okay.
We had a survey out called "We Want a Vibrant Travis County," and
hopefully folks got a chance to participate.
Yes, yeah. And so we got feedback on what people. Certain topics that what local issues are.
Got it.
So we're not talking about national policies.
Right.
What is it that these candidates can make real change
Nuts
doing
and bolts,
here?
Roswell, New Mexico.
Of Roswell.
Yeah.
And what are the concerns like? And so people got to submit questions, and so we are pulled from that survey and their public input. We were at the Travis County Health Council or the Travis County Health Expo, and we got to survey a lot of people coming through, listen to their concerns, what they are worried about for the future of Roswell, and so that's how we shaped the questionnaires. And then the late last 20 minutes or so, we're going to be taking public comments or public questions from the audience. It will be through a moderator.
Okay.
So if you are just dying to ask, the panel a question, come. This is your time.
Absolutely.
You'll submit it by index card.
Okay.
And our moderator will go through them and make sure that it sticks to local
crowd
issues.
appropriate, and it sticks to exactly the topics at hand here.
Yeah.
But this is what it's a great opportunity for you to learn, and especially if you haven't voted yet. And again, every time we come upon one of these municipal elections and things, I tell people the same thing, that the people you're going to be voting on right now have a much bigger impact on your day-to-day life than a president or a congressperson or senator. Not saying those are not important. Please pay attention and vote accordingly on those to what you believe. But at the end of the day, you need to invest equal or more time in the studying of your city council, your mayors, your people that affect the day-to-day decisions of your life with the same or more intense scrutiny you would do your higher position candidates. Unfortunately, people vote and they're like, well, I saw they had a lot of signs, or I went to church with this person, or they don't really know. And I'm sure they might seem really lovely person, but if they don't agree with you on how a city should be run, then maybe you don't need to vote on it. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's what this is about, and you really get to learn, about and the beauty that a government at this level is most of the people running are just like you. They're average citizens. They are not politicians per se. I mean, sure, some have political aspirations and may be more knowledgeable in the world than others, but at the end of the day, these are people that run businesses, that work at a company, they have day jobs, they have other lives. And so you get to really hear their thoughts and insight. And to be honest, most of the people running, they're not going to be experts on budget and give you numbers. And because unless they're there, I mean, current city councilors, they have that advantage because they sit and do it all the time. And so that's why these forums are great, because you kind of get to peel. And sometimes just because you don't understand numbers per se doesn't mean that they don't understand what's going on. It's not. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And I always say people that are closest to the problem are usually closest to the solution.
Yeah.
I think it's great that we have so many names in the hat.
I've been saying that this is by far, I think, one of the most like choices one would have in an election, with the exception, I think, Ward 2. You have a choice at the booth this time for every position, just about.
Yeah.
So
and that's why Ward 2 isn't going to be at the table, because it's uncontested.
Sure.
So this is for a contested race.
And I'm telling you right now, get out and vote. The differences in the decision between winners and losers in this race is sometimes down to a half dozen votes. Sometimes.
Exactly.
It is that close in these elections. So your vote absolutely matters.
Yes. And then with many hands, we'll be going out. We had a meeting last night. Some of our team leaders will be doing door knocking now until the election day.
Great.
Just getting out the where you can vote and get out to vote.
Please do.
We are a nonpartisan group. We're not trying to sway anybody's decision.
The partisanship is towards a greater city of Roswell.
That's right.
That's where their partisanship
yeah.
lies.
And we're focusing, historically, Ward 3 and 4 have really dictated who our mayor is.
Sure.
So we really want people to turn out and vote on the other wards 1, 2, and 5. So we're going to be focusing a lot of our door knocking in those areas.
Not to be singling out, but I'm going to single out. Ward 5 historically has the lowest turnout for voter. It's literally, I think on average, I've seen those races, maybe 250 total people voted. And and I've seen races where it was at least 6 votes separated the winner from the loser in that race. And so, whereas some of the other wards you'll see in the thousands, you can literally get 250 votes in Ward 5 sometimes when you look at those. And these are for mayor elections where we had a mayor, city count, the whole, a whole array of options.
Yeah.
There. So please, everybody go vote, go. And I get it. I see a lot of people on social media saying they're the warriors of Facebook. And God bless you, it's your right as an American to do that. But if you're that person and then you don't vote, or you're not actively going to meetings and seeing what's going on, then I don't take your argument with much weight. You know, you don't really, if you're not voting, if you're not actively seeking to fix it, you're just sitting there taking pot shots online, then who are you?
Right.
You're just contributing to the mental health, or the lack thereof.
Yeah. And if you want to advocate, or you are passionate about something, be passionate about your government. Be passionate about who's running our city. That way we can have these open conversations and really work towards a solution.
Sure.
And we need our government to work with nonprofits. We need nonprofits to be a voice. And we just need to work together.
We need that better mix. I agree, where it's, and I think part of it too is defining roles and things where, what should be more of a government responsibility, what should be more of the private nonprofit role, and and where does that line meet? That's where I think we all should be more involved in trying to kind of separate that kind of thing, or define what that's supposed to be. And because there's a lot of opinions on that, and I agree on some things. I mean, for me personally, I think, when it comes to take care of people, government should open up the avenues to allow private citizens to sit the table to get that done. Because at the end of the day, I think private citizens have a more understanding, passion of what those needs are, but the government needs to remove the loopholes to make it too hard for them to help people.
Definitely.
And so I think that's where we got to figure out that.
The government has our local municipality has the capacity to cut some of this red tape, even with affordable housing when it comes to permitting and different zoning. We can work together for a better solution.
Absolutely. Sure. But that's what this forum's about, to hear this stuff, to hear what people's thoughts on these things. If you're listening to Steve and I talk and you're like, these guys are way off, I want to say this, and this is your chance to talk about that and say, no, I think it should go in this route. All right, well, let's hear that out. Let's hear what your candidates think about that. And so please, if our candidates, thank you for stepping up. Thank you for rolling up your sleeves and throwing your hats literally in the ring here for this event. I hope if Geneva hasn't tracked you down yet, or if you haven't given her a positive response, please, we'd love to have you come out, because the more candidates that participate, the more the public participates, the better this event is going to be.
Yes.
So that's,
yes, sir.
Yeah. So again, it's going to be next Monday, October 27th, will be night one. This will cover City Council Wards 1 and 3. Then night 2 will be Tuesday, October 28th, and that'll cover the mayoral race and Wards 4 and 5 City Council candidates. Both nights will be at the Anderson Museum. So, like I said, the doors open at 5. Get there early. It's the museum. Walk around, see the beautiful. If you haven't been in the museum in a while, get a preview before Museum Day on November 1st. And then 5:30 p.m. we'll promptly start the forum here. If you have questions and things, come a little early. You can submit index cards and things like that. And I imagine as the night progresses, there's probably a drop box you can, because the night will be fluid and there might be a question you didn't have at the beginning, but conversation spawned a question. So that's kind of the idea here.
Yeah, and then we could probably, even if your question wasn't asked, we can make sure all those questions get to the candidates afterwards. Sure. That way they know what the concern is from the public.
Absolutely, and that's at the end of the day, we're electing the people that will represent us and our opinions for the city. And that's why it's so important for that communication between our representative and you. Whoever people end up getting elected here, you want that open communication. And so, like you said, they need to know those concerns. They need to know those things that it address. And I mean, sure, each city councilor is going to be more ward specific on needs, but at the end of the day, between the 10 of them, they're all going to have the greater concerns of the city of Roswell. So
yes.
That's even though you do only vote for 5 this year, but you only vote for 1, but there's 5 up. So it's kind of a unique, and that's the uniqueness of the city of Roswell. I know we mentioned it here, and most people probably in this show do, but the city of Roswell is the largest city council in the state of New Mexico with 10 members. We have 5 wards. Every ward has 2 representatives. You have 2 people representing you on the city council. And how they set up the election is, every election cycle, one of your city council members will be up for election. They're not both at the same time, but one. And so it's kind of a unique way we do it here as opposed to other cities in our state. And so with that, many voices means there's more conversations. There's more. When you have 10 people in a room instead of 5 people in a room trying to get to agree, it does create more conversation. So I think it's a good thing, but it only works if you don't get involved and be a part of those conversations. So that's what next week's about. Please come to these, especially if you've not voted yet and you're still trying to, formulate who you think the right direction is for this. You've got options this time. You've got multiple choices for mayor, and with the exception of Ward 2, at least 1 to 2 people to 3 people in some cases, candidates for city council here. So please do that. As far as with many hands, as far as volunteering, getting involved in things, what's some great ways to do that if folks are kind of saying, you know what, I'm just kind of learning about what these guys are doing. I think I can contribute.
Join our Facebook group. It's a private group. I think we have about 800 people in that group. It's With Many Hands Roswell. There's a lot of different With Many Hands groups out there. So
it's spawned into branches and things, and like let's for instance, Food Not Bombs. It's complete own independent thing, but at the same time, it's kind of like a brother sister of With Many Hands.
Yeah,
I mean, it's they swim in a lot of the same circles, a lot of the same volunteers, because they love the passion for what both these organizations do. Same with 100% Chavez County and a lot of the stuff. You'll notice there's a lot of the same volunteers, the same folks, because at the end of the day, 3 different entities, but kind of with the same purpose of helping the community, just in different ways, shapes, and
different
forms.
sectors, and again, advocating and being a voice for the voiceless.
Health Council, it's like this opioid summit and what. At the end of the day, the decisions we make with this opioid settlement money, I know there's different conversation, but same ballpark.
And there's a question about that, about what the city's going to do with their millions of dollars for that plan, because we have a real shot, and that wasn't taxpayer money. This was a settlement of people that were directly affected by the fentanyl and the opioid epidemic. And we have a real shot to get services to those that really need it, individual services, mental health, substance abuse services. We need to make sure that money is appropriated correctly.
If we set the table right, it'll set up the future for whatever evolution of that brings, and because it's a cocktail of putting the Band-Aids on the immediate needs that we can do now, while at the same time using this money, investing it, doing it so it's making money on itself, so it can fund back into treatment programs, facilities, whatever comes of this. So we decide, okay, we're going to build this amazing center in town. Whatever.
Yes.
Whatever happens in that.
Hobbs,
this sets the table for
Tallis, Clovis. I believe they're all pooling their money together to do an inpatient rehab, not just rehab, but detox center, to where people can they recognize the issue there.
Sure.
And then
but using it to be self-sustaining, where it's like using this money, like your insurance companies, the money you pay them every month, they invest that and make money, and that's why you sometimes get dividends. Doing something similar to that money with this opioid money, so basically we can use it to build these things, but at the same time, return on investments, the money is actually paying for the treatment, the resources. So so it's
individual,
self-sustaining.
And it is for the people.
Yes, and it's not sucking or draining the resources for other needs that are equally great. Right. And so that's the beauty of it. If everyone wants to help, but everyone says we don't have the money, we don't have the resources. Okay, well, if it can fend for itself, if we set it up right, then can we do that? And that's the way we want to do it. It's like, hey, if it's here and it's doing its thing, but we're not really asking for money, because at the end of the day, it takes care of itself. And now we're going, but that's just it. We got to invest in it now, and we got to take this money while we have this opportunity, and not piss it away with something that at the end of the day may not be beneficial to what we're doing.
And across the country, there's watchdogs watching the money, where some communities had spent the money on guns or extra, and that's not what it was intended for.
Mm-hmm.
So there's some accountability to it.
Absolutely. So again, this is kind of in the umbrella. So if these are your passions, these are things please reach out to With Many Hands. Find out where you can find a way to serve, whether it's at an event just talking to people, or if it's in these meetings and going to Santa Fe and talking to legislators, or whatever that needs, and whatever your passions are. With Many Hands could definitely use more volunteers, more folks to help out and be a part of it, and to contribute. Maybe bring things that you guys aren't seeing on your radar.
Yeah.
And that's how this works. So.
Yep.
But again, please join us for matter of fact, if you have questions about With Many Hands, talk with Geneva, talk with Dan, talk with I think Jocelyn, all the folks that are there. They could be happy to give you more information about it. But please join us at the candidate forum. Now, I get it if you're in wards 4 or 5, then you could probably just get away with Tuesday night. Come see the mayor race in your ward. But if you live in wards 1 and 3, then you want to make sure you're there both nights. Come for the ward 1 and 3 Monday night, and then Tuesday night for the mayors, and ward 4 and 5 for those there. But please come ready to listen. Come ready to submit your questions and your thoughts. And I would say come with an open mind. Come hear what everybody has to say. Come at this, because I will tell you this. This thing I do believe. Every single candidate that's throwing their hat in the ring and is putting themselves through this care about this city. They want a good city like you. They may not agree on how to do that, but I do believe they want the best for this city. And if we can start there and all agree and be in the same room that, hey, we want to live in a nice place, that's a starting point. Let's start there and find that common ground that we can hopefully use that to figure out the rest of the problems.
Absolutely.
And so that's what events like next week are about. So if anybody has any questions or anything, I know you can go to With Many Hands on Facebook. Just type in With Many Hands, maybe Roswell as well. Add that in there, and then you'll find the page should pop right up. You'll find information about this, but if you have any questions or want more information or want to volunteer, you can contact Geneva or the organization through that through that Facebook page there too.
Or you can email me with Geneva with many hands at gmail.com.
Absolutely. And of course, I would also, if you're wanting some more information on that, I'd say look up Food Not Bombs, Roswell as well. There's a lot of good resource information there, not only about this, but just very community-ready stuff. 100% Chavez County is another one I would highly recommend you look up on Facebook, like and follow, and stay abreast and on not only the opioid stuff, but just things in our community, different events, community health council health council is another one. And you know what? Another question too. If you call 211 with questions about this, I'm sure they'll be happy. Carrie and them will be happy to get. If they can't answer directly, they'll get with Geneva and find out.
Yep. 211 has been a great resource. And have you seen the resource guides? They are.
We got some right in the hot lobby here.
They're
if you need
great.
one. Yeah, they're perfect. If you have not picked one of those up yet, we have some here. I know you'll find them all over town, but we got a stack of them here if you want to pick one. So, and they are that's a good thing to keep handy in that drawer in your kitchen or in even your glove box of your car, because you never know when that might come in handy. There's full of resources and numbers, and you just if you're looking for that kind of help in things, and there's a whole list of numbers and information and resources all in one handy little book. So it's good to just have around the house or keep in your car or something, because you never know when you might need to pop that open and help somebody.
Yes.
Is there anything we missed, Geneva?
The ZAG Fair.
That's coming up this weekend.
This weekend from 10 to 2 at the
hospital, Eastern New Mexico Medical Center, in their, I guess, atrium, whatever you call it, like the main area there.
Start your Christmas shopping early this year and come support these kids. These kids have put their hearts and soul into making products for to sell, and you're supporting the minds and the creation of these youth, and I'm so impressed.
It is cool.
I'm so excited to
Matter of fact, I'll get Joss to remind me. If we got another opening this week, several weeks ago,
Yes.
Carrie came on, and we had one of the young men come with us.
Nathaniel.
Yeah, Nathaniel. That is one of the entrepreneurs in the JAG program, and so his booth will be there amongst others. But such a bright young man, and just talking with him and these young kids, and he's one of the older ones.
Yeah.
But they have, I think, as long as like 8 or 9 in there.
Yep,
I think.
8 to 17.
Yeah. So come out to Eastern Mexico Medical Center this Saturday morning. I think it's the
10 to 2.
10 to 2, that's what it is. I knew it started at 10. I can't remember when it ended. And come and like they'll have their little booths, and you could buy like their products. Some have some, like his is like
his is
art
service.
and painting. Yeah,
Right.
he does a service like number painting and things like
My
that.
son's going to be there, and he's selling concrete. It's called Connor's Custom Creation.
Cool.
And so he's making like stepping stones, concrete, garden stones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he has alligators and sunflowers and moons.
People
and
buy that stuff
like
up,
that. Yeah,
man. They do.
So
Especially if it's cute and unique.
and other kids are selling, jewelry or bracelets.
I think there's a few food people, so it'll be like jams and jellies and what have you. They're going to have some of that there for you
some
too.
cakes and cupcakes. And it's going to be awesome.
So support these young men and women and give them who knows? Just saying, 10, 15, 20 years from now, these are going to be your restaurant owners, your city councilors, your mayors. These are those young men and women. So, help cement their foundation. Come out there and give them support them this weekend. It's going to be cute.
And then also this Saturday is CASA is hosting breast cancer awareness.
It is October is breast cancer awareness.
Yeah, so I think that's from 11 to 4 o'clock.
Yeah,
and they're going to be giving out bras and mammograms. So if you're 40 and over, that's my age group. You need to get checked.
Yep.
And I'm a breast cancer survivor, and I know the importance of making sure to.
The digital equipment's getting better, so they're really able to go, pardon the pun, deeper than before to find things. And so they're seeing so don't be surprised, because we're in that area where the imagings get so great, and so they're calling and saying we're seeing anomalies that we don't see before. It's really, they're not 99.999% of the time they're no big deal. Right. But because the equipment's so much better, they're seeing deeper, and they're like, whoa, we would have never saw that. Let's just double check on it, make sure it's nothing big. And then it usually is, but the imaging's getting better. So please, especially if you've been a minute since you've had a mammogram, don't, especially with breast cancer. That's one of those ones that if they catch it early, it's not, I'm not saying it's not a big deal, it is, but it's way simpler to treat early than when it's more advanced. And that's true with any cancer, but particularly breast cancer.
Yeah,
so.
I'm still here.
That's right, and thankful for it. Which is probably one of the reasons where you have your passions, where you do.
It really is.
When a lot of people, when life hands you a crappy deck of cards, sometimes some people can run with it, and some people don't. And the ones that usually do, they find a way to overcome and adapt and
live in life to the fullest. I'm doing my first solo skydiving on Halloween Day.
Nice, good for you. You got bigger guts than I do. Airplane's perfectly fine for me. Geneva, thank you very much. We'll see you again here, and anything we can do to help or whatever, don't hesitate to ask.
Thank you so very much.
All right, we'll see you. It is 8:57. Let's pause for local news and Chaves County sports before not local news. Don't go away.
Now for your Pecos Valley news update. I'm Jared Cirillo. The Artesia Senior Center has some new photographs from a local resident on display. The wildlife pictures were captured by Lee Johnson, a former teacher and coach who frequents the Senior Center. Lee is an avid outdoorsman and began doing wildlife photography earlier this year. Get into the spooky spirit with the Artesia Public Library's Pumpkin Decorating Contest. Decorate your pumpkin to make it look like your favorite book character and fill out the entry form at the library. The public will be able to vote on their favorite for each of the different age categories. The winners will be announced on Halloween. And a reminder, the city of Artesia is undergoing some maintenance this week involving its computer network. So until Friday, city departments may be unable to process payments or take phone calls. City offices remain open. You can visit in person. The city of Artesia apologizes for any inconvenience. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
It's time for the Chavez County Sports Report. Seems like the season just started, but in girls soccer, it's already wrapping up. The Roswell Coyotes yesterday played their last regular season game, defeating Clovis on the road 2-1. Roswell's 10-10 overall and 2-4 in district after that victory. So probably not going to make the postseason. That's probably it for the Coyotes. Meanwhile, Goddard will play its last regular season game tomorrow at 6 o'clock. The Rockets will be hosting Lovington. Goddard is 7-10-2 overall, 2-3 in district, while Lovington is 4-12-2 overall, 3-2 in district. The last game for Goddard, a success, a 7-1 victory last Thursday. Olivia Rosso, 4 goals for the Lady Rockets. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM, 106.5.
Roswell's home for talk radio is 106.5 FM, KEND Roswell.
And we're closing in on 9 o'clock. Town Hall News will be up here in just a few seconds. Stay tuned next hour here at about 9:15 or so. We'll have the folks from the Roswell Chamber of Commerce join us, give us an update on upcoming events and things there. That's coming up next hour. Town Hall News is next. Don't go away.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. The Republican-led Senate gearing up for another vote on a GOP plan to end the government shutdown now in day 22. Senate Majority Leader John Thune is urging Democrats to quit blocking the Republican bill and allow the government to reopen.
I've been willing to sit down with Democrats. They want to discuss the growing unaffordability and unsustainability of Obamacare. And I've said I'm willing to give them a vote, but it's under one condition. They got to end the Schumer shutdown, open up the government. I mean, we can't negotiate under hostage conditions.
Thune on the Salem Radio Network. Former Republican Senator John Sununu of New Hampshire wants his old job back.
Maybe you're surprised to hear that I'm running for the Senate again. I'm a bit surprised myself. Why would anyone subject themselves to everything going on there right now? Well, somebody has to step up and lower the temperature. Somebody has to get things done.
A snippet of a video posted to social media. Trump officials figure the time is right to start refilling the country's emergency oil reserves drained by the previous administration.
The U.S. Department of Energy wants to buy 1 million barrels of crude oil for delivery to the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, taking advantage of relatively low oil prices to help replenish the stockpile. The Biden administration sold record amounts of oil from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, including a 180 million barrel sale after Russia invaded Ukraine in 2022. The reserve, which has about a 700 million barrel capacity, is now holding nearly 409 million barrels. Bill Alexander, Washington.
Secretary of State Rubio plans to travel to Israel later in the week as the Trump administration works to preserve and strengthen the fragile Gaza peace agreement. Watching Wall Street this morning, the Dow is down 175 points, the Nasdaq off 158. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com, because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, E-T-H-O-S, ethos.com/Mike.
Todd Nettleton, who is the voice of the Martyrs radio host, he's traveled to all these restricted nations for over 20 years and met these courageous Christians, and he's written a book, When Faith is Forbidden, 40 Days on the Front Lines with
airfare. But where do you find it? You call low-cost airlines. Their prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low you can't find these fares published anywhere. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, they can help you get there cheaply and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call right now for the lowest travel prices anywhere and for great last-minute travel deals too.
Call 866-755-5300. That's 866-755-5300. Again, that's 866-755-5300. Call us right now.
The public 3 days after thieves forced open a window and stole French crown jewels in a daring daylight raid in the museum. The Apollo room where the theft actually occurred remains closed to visitors. News and analysis, townhall.com. A man pardoned for his involvement in the January 6th events at the U.S. Capitol could be going back to jail if these charges prove true.
A man whose convictions for storming the U.S. Capitol were erased by President Donald Trump's mass pardons has been arrested on a charge that he threatened to kill New York Democrat and House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries. Christopher P. Moynihan is accused of sending a text message that read, quote, "I cannot allow this terrorist to live." Moynihan also wrote that Jeffries must be eliminated and texted, "I will kill him for the future." To extremists, Jeffries said,
"You better watch how you talk when you talk about me."
Haya Panjwani, Washington.
American ranchers have a beef with President Trump. It concerns the president's plan to cut record beef prices by importing more meat from Argentina. U.S. ranchers are enjoying some rare, profitable years, and they fear Mr. Trump's plan will put an end to that while having little impact on prices paid by American consumers. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
Feel the hot wind on my shoulder, and the touch of the world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm, I'm ringing through it. So they don't get on the cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil said, what does he say? I'm on the Mexican radio. I'm on the Mexican world radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3.
Tres inviernos.
Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Wednesday.
Yes, welcome to it.
Does it feel like a Wednesday to you? I have yet to decide. No.
I mean, I haven't really gotten my Wednesday on yet, but it definitely feels like it feels like we should be like Thursday at this point. It's been a long first half of the week.
Yes. Yeah, it has. But it's kind of, I don't know, it's just, I don't know,
it's been really quiet around here, and I think that's made it drag on a little bit.
And I ain't gonna lie, I'm liking it. But the fact that you go out and it's nice out is baffling me. Like, I'm expecting to be hot, cold, and I'm just like, it's just comfortable out here. That's throwing me off.
You're just ants at a picnic. You're not used to things being nice. We were raised Episcopalian. We understand.
Not allowed to have nice things.
And if you do, make sure you feel guilty about it.
Oh, I do.
That's Catholic guilt.
That's
Jewish guilt.
Episcopalian is Diet Catholicism.
Yes, I know. Catholic like.
Pull back the curtain. I was born into this world and baptized Catholic. And went to Catholic school until second grade. And then my parents got married. My father's Episcopalian. My mother's Catholic. So I started going to Episcopalian church with my father. So I got it all, brother. I got Catholic, Episcopalian. So yes, I'm a guilty dude.
I was raised Southern Baptist, so same.
Yep, absolutely. And then I'm still weird because I'm like, I forgot. Am I allowed to eat fish? I don't know what religion I'm Episcopalians.
Fish on Fridays.
I'm like, the Catholics can, but can the Episcopalians? I don't remember.
Yeah. I remember rolling up to church on Fridays and having a fish fry.
Oh, yeah.
No, the only religion that's only allowed to eat fish is a pescatarian.
Yes. I'm sorry, not eat meat on Friday. I'm like, dang it.
Got it.
Thank you.
I'm like,
picking up what you're putting down.
I'm sitting there eating a cheeseburger on Friday. Oh, was this that Friday? Dang it.
Oh, bacon cheeseburger, then you're done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what usually happens. I'm like, dang it, I should have got cheese pizza.
What's crazy is, have you ever seen like the Orthodox, like the Orthodox Jews, the way they do the Sabbath? Because like you're not allowed to, technically work on the Sabbath, but they take it down to they can't even like turn off and on lights. So they have like a system in place where they'll move like a lever, and that Rube Goldberg's the thing to turn the lights on and off.
They work hard to not work hard.
No, they have a little turny thing.
Yeah.
The light never goes off, but it's like a shade. Or they can use timers. If the timer is set pre-Sabbath.
That feels like so much work to not work.
I know.
It does feel like a
And
lot
they're
of
only
work.
allowed to walk to temple.
It's a lot of work to not do work.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. Nobody really talked about it, but I think it was last year. There was a big story in New York City about a group of, like there was like a bombing at like a synagogue or somewhere in New York, and it revealed a series of tunnels that apparently these ultra Orthodox Jews used to travel between synagogues, because I guess they're not allowed to walk street side or whatever.
That's the kind of the neat part about old cities. Because they always have, you
I have
find things
so
like
many questions.
New York, D.C., and then you get to Europe, and there's those. Then you go in a whole nother layer of underground.
Right.
And
When they build
those cities.
cities on top of the old
thousands
cities.
of years ago, we just got a couple.
Yeah,
hundred
there's
years
like
on
2 or
Earth.
3 cities before you get to modern.
Right.
Yeah, we only got a couple hundred years of tunnels and things in our cities. They got thousands of years in it. So, but anyway, that's kind of like Santa Fe. Like when you go to like the churches there, and they got especially the one where they do the archaeological. The name just went right out of my head, but where if you go there, you could literally, like, depending on how deep you dig, you're like, okay, that's natives. That's conquistador. Like, you literally in the dirt, you can see the timeline there. It's like through there, and that's really cool. So it's kind of the same deal.
Well, I was watching a thing about facts of New Mexico. It's America's oldest city. It was founded in 1620 or something like that, and the conquistadors that came over. So it was here before the country was a thing, before we were a thing.
If you ever go East Coast and stuff like Virginia, you can go see the Jamestown settlement and stuff. The first European settlers, in the New World, kind of that stuff. And
Jamestown, that's the one where everybody disappeared.
that's Roanoke, which is not far from there. But Jamestown suffered from a similar fate in terms of disease and natives, and they all died anyway. But the Roanoke, they just didn't. Hey, what happened? I'm pretty sure it was disease. At the end of the day, I don't think it was some Blair Witch or whatever they try to, time and wives' tales have said over the years. But yeah, because actually the scout camp I worked at is like an hour from Roanoke.
Oh, how
cool! Jamestown's probably an hour east the other way. But I grew up
Just
in
so
that area.
steeped in history.
Yeah. Matter of factly, the town that the camp is near is Lexington, Virginia.
Okay.
And Lexington, Virginia has two famous dead people.
Oh.
Well, so Stonewall Jackson's buried there because he lived there pre-Civil War, because before the Civil War, Stonewall Jackson was an instructor at the Virginia Military Institute.
At the YMCA?
And which is located in Lexington, Virginia. Yeah, which is located in Lexington, Virginia.
Gotcha.
Well, there is also a second college in the town of Lexington, Virginia. Washington University. Well, after the Civil War, guess who moved to Lexington, Virginia?
Washington?
Robert E. Lee.
Oh.
And he took over as president of Washington University. And after his death, the university was renamed Washington Lee University. Guess who is interred at this college there? Robert E. Lee. That's where he's buried, right there in Lexington, Virginia. So you can actually go visit Stonewall Jackson's house, go to VMI. All this right in this town, right there in Lexington, Virginia.
Oh, how cool!
He said interred.
But and the camp was 17 miles. So and then if you go, so the town of Lexington was 17 miles south of the camp. If you go 30 miles north of the camp is the town of Stanton, Virginia, which they spell it Staunton, but they pronounce it Stanton.
Right.
And that is Woodrow Wilson's birthplace. And they got Woodrow Wilson's, what do they call it? Woodrow Wilson's Birthplace. And that is Woodrow Wilson's birthplace. And they got 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 Woodrow property. I guess it's not
his
really
library.
Yeah, it's not really his ranch. It's not really his home, but like his Mount Vernon,
Right.
Yeah.
plantation. I don't know what you call it.
I feel like soft, slow harmonica music should be played in the background when you're talking sometimes.
You mean you want the Civil War? What's his name?
Ken Burns.
Yeah, the Ken Burns. What's that guy's
Whistling Dixie.
I'm trying to think of the narrator. He's famous too. Attenborough or
no, it wasn't Attenborough for Civil War. But the song was Red River Blues, I think is what it was.
Yeah.
Was the harmonica tune.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all that whole area is just like that. That's just, you can't not hit history when you go there. So it's just, but anyway, I don't know how I got on that diatribe, but I did.
We were talking about Orthodox Jews.
Yeah, so
You know, Catholicism.
Ton of working on Saturdays.
You never know where the path's going to lead. You just start walking down it. David McCullough.
Yes.
There it is. That's the name I was trying to think.
Is the narrator for the Civil War.
Yes, that guy. Who's also done other stuff too.
Yes.
But yes. But yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Like, you know how everyone says they, if someone narrated your voice, they want like Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
Nope. I want that guy. I want him. I want the Civil War guy.
I'm gonna be honest. If I could have a narrator for my life, I think I'd want it to be Peter Coyote.
Ah.
The guy, he's known in like the world of psychedelics. He's like kind of like a leader in that whole realm. But he was also, if you've ever seen the movie A Walk to Remember, he's Mandy Moore's character's father in that movie, who plays a pastor, which is really ironic.
This is like deja vu day times 12.
It really is.
Because last hour we talked about a conversation we had 20 years ago about Dancing with the Stars, and now I'm like, I remember. I went on a 10-minute diatribe about how much I can't believe you like A Walk to Remember. 20 years ago, we were talking about that movie.
Yeah.
Like, you're a grown man. Why are you watching this movie?
Because it's an emotional roller coaster, all right?
Have you not met Sean?
I know.
Oh, no. Don't even get us started on his opinion of my like of The Notebook.
Yeah, The Notebook.
Oh, I've never watched
You got to turn in your man card if you like The Notebook.
Honestly,
I have no desire to watch The Notebook. I have never watched The Notebook, and I have 3 kids, 3 daughters in my house.
I've actually had to sit through that thing, and spoiler, the end with the hands at the that's when I said, come on! And, like, everyone's weeping, I'm just yelling at the TV. It's like, you're kidding me with this hokum hot garbage.
I felt that way about The English Patient the whole time. I'm like, oh, give me a break.
Yeah, that one I agree with you on, but
The Notebook. Yeah, I still to this day, I'm like, dude, don't tell people. Keep that buried deep.
hide that information. Hey, just because I'm in touch with my emotions.
Well, somebody needs to, because I'm not. I bury those so far down. I'm Gen X. You don't have emotions.
I'm in touch with them. I ain't touching those.
Never mind, I did tear up a little bit at the end of The Notebook, but that's neither here nor there.
You ain't crying. You're only allowed to cry Rudy, by golly.
There's no crying in baseball.
Rudy was football.
I know. The line is there's no crying in baseball. Tom Hanks.
So you cry you want, Rudy. Actually, it's The Rock that makes me cry. It's not Rudy. It's you're 5 foot nothing. That's The Rock scene. No one knows him as The Rock anymore, or Rock.
I literally thought you were talking about the
not the Rock. Well, no,
the Escape from
Charles
Alcatraz
S. Dutton, who plays the janitor in the Rudy movie. He was famous prior to that for having a Fox sitcom show called Rock.
Oh, that's right.
And he was the main character, and he was kind of the dad. It was a family comedy, and yes, Rock. It was Rock. It was like post Married with Children. Like right after Married with Children kind of had its run, then Rock.
That would have been 90s at that point. Then.
ROC. Rock.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Charles S. Dutton.
That's
how I know
Wayback
Charles
Machine.
So that's why I call him Rock all the time. It had nothing to do with The Rock.
That's right. Oh my gosh.
This is the crap that rolls around in my head all day. This is why I know nothing.
Then I go home and I'm like, kids, we got to watch some stuff. And they're like, what is this? And I'm like, oh my gosh, this was my childhood.
Yeah, this is what rolls around in my head.
The show was ranked 117th out of 124 shows.
And I was an avid fan. didn't say it was a good show. I just said it was awesome.
It was a 90s. Well, how many 90s shows were really that good? There's only a couple.
In living color.
Oh my gosh, in living color.
Now, when we're talking 90s shows, there's a ton of good 90s shows.
That 70s show was in the 90s. Right?
That was
that
late.
70s show.
Was that 90s?
That was
70s show?
late 90s, mid to late 90s.
Yeah.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh, Fresh Prince was good. Seinfeld,
Friends.
Seinfeld. Yeah, Friends was 90s.
Seinfeld's better than Friends.
Could you not
I
make a
agree.
difference?
I would agree.
Bosom Buddies? No, that was 80s.
That was 80s. I was not allowed to watch that show. I had to sneak to watch that show.
Wow.
Really? What was so controversial about Bosom Buddies?
Because it was two dudes in drag.
Yeah.
That was the thing. And I never thought that it was a big deal, but I was not allowed to watch it. I had to go to a friend's house and we were like, we got to watch it.
You know, that's true. You forget how risque Three's Company was when they came out.
Well, there's no way they could do Married with Children in today's society.
Yeah,
either.
no, not today.
Oh, my mom hated that show.
Al Bundy is the epitome of toxic male.
or All in the Family.
Pull back at the curtain. I'm not sure.
Yeah, Archie Bunker.
Oh, Archie.
I'm not sure if this is still a thing, but they have been talking about an animated reboot of Married with Children.
An animated reboot?
Animated reboot with the original cast, yes.
Well, that's the way they're going to do it. 'Cause
Yeah.
David Faustino looks nothing like a child.
Yeah.
Well, look at Christine Applegate.
Right.
I mean, she's got MS.
She's got MS.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's got
yeah,
a
that's
whole
right.
boatload of problems. She's, yeah. But to be honest, I think Al's probably doing the best.
I think so.
I mean, what's her name's been busy?
Katie
Peg
Segal.
Bundy,
Katie Segal, yeah.
Well, she's married to the Sons of Anarchy guy.
Right.
The guy who created Sons of Anarchy.
Oh,
her
that's
husband.
right.
I think they're still married. They haven't gotten divorced or nothing. But yeah, to my knowledge, that's why she's the star of Sons of Anarchy. Spoiler.
Spoiler, in case you didn't know.
Well, to be honest, she also has been like her. The last thing I saw her in was when the Connors ended. She was on those last couple seasons of Connors. Like she came in after Roseanne got the boot.
Right.
Oh, that's right. She was the new love interest, the new Roseanne.
Yeah.
Well, she's also, she's the voice of Leela in Futurama, and they rebooted that series.
Do y'all remember she was also the mom in 8 Simple Rules?
Yes, she was.
Yes,
y'all
she
remember
was.
that? She was Peg Bundy was
So, yeah,
the mom in 8
she's
Simple
Right
Rules.
probably got
before
the
John
most-
Ritter died.
Yeah, well, that's when he died. Was on
Yeah,
the set of that. So yeah,
She
And
probably
so
got
was,
the most rub off of that.
Well, and then
series.
Kaylee Cuoco was the old. It was one of the daughters. I don't know if
she
she's the
was
oldest
the
or the
daughter.
youngest. No, there's 2 daughters.
Well,
there's another daughter that's not famous.
But my
Right.
teenage daughter, she was that. That was like.
Yeah.
But there was she was the older one. But there was another daughter that was like a year or 2 younger. That was
Didn't Kaylee also play the daughter in the Connors for like that season, half a season, when the original Connor daughter, or was that not?
no, it was a different girl.
No, you're thinking
Different,
that's okay. So
Yeah, it was a different girl.
So Sarah Gilbert. Was it?
Not
no,
Sarah-
I'm sorry.
No, the blonde.
Sarah Chalk is
Yes.
what I was thinking of. She was. Here's where my nerdiness comes in. She's Elliot from Scrubs.
Yes.
Dr. Reed.
Okay.
But she was the replacement for
Yes.
Okay, that's
the character.
Now,
okay.
if
and
you
they
watch,
reference it too when they did like in the original series. They actually brought her back and they did like a what was that show? The Patty Duke show from back in
Oh,
the
yeah.
they're cousins. I did, and it was just her and the other girl that plays
Yeah, well,
the original.
Yeah, the original.
the
yeah.
original character, if you watch the Connors in the adult version, that's her. The
Right.
original Becky.
She's the
or
original
whatever.
Becky, and then they brought Sarah Chalk back,
Yes.
and I want to say like season 2 as like the babysitter
Yeah.
or she worked at a bar.
Sergeant York, Sergeant, the whole. Never mind, that's too old for you too. I was gonna say I Dream of Jeannie and the Dick York, Dick Sargent.
No,
That was
That was Bewitched.
Bewitched, not I Dream of Jeannie.
Now who's old? Who's too young for stuff? Mister.
Sorry,
Abner.
Mine just too old. My brain misremembered. All right, we should probably talk about non 70s, 80s, and 60s.
We were just
television.
Kevin Baconing this whole first
That's
part
right.
of the
6
hour.
degrees of what happened? 6 degrees. I don't remember.
That thing with that stuff. The thing.
It is 9:22. Let's take a quick weather update. Then we'll take a quick commercial break. There's a KSVIP honoring me. Thank you in there. We normally don't do that, but that's our other station. But they're honoring me with. See, I got a flower and everything, and a Bob Ross.
I saw that. Yay, Bob Ross.
My Bob Ross plushie. It's got a pink shirt. Only Bob could pull that off. All right, it is 9:23. We'll be back after news and quick break with the folks from the Roswell Chamber. Don't go away.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have a low pressure system on the way that might bring us a little bit of rain tomorrow, but we're looking good today. Lots of sunshine, low to mid 80s. For the overnight hours, turning cloudy, we'll be in the mid 50s. Then we've got scattered showers in the forecast for Thursday. Afternoon high will be in the low 80s. We're right back to sunshine on Friday and all the way through the weekend. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Today's KSVIP is Mike Winters. Mike is host of Mornings with Mike Winters on our Roswell station KEND and a former host of Good Morning Artesia. And Mike recently received the National Outstanding Eagle Scout Award given to scouts who have demonstrated distinguished service beyond their time as youth members. Mike, we're proud of you for receiving this award and are honored that you're able to be supportive of scouting in our area. Today, Mike, you're going to receive a flower from Nels Floral and KSVP. Today's KSVIP, Mike Winters.
Fall means Graves Farm and Garden is open and ready to help you stock up on fresh, locally grown produce, including squash, zucchini, watermelons, and of course, fresh roasted green chili, from mild to extra hot. The pumpkin patch is open and ready for you to pick your own pumpkins, and there's pumpkin rides each weekend in October. Plus, Graves has a variety of hay as well as oak firewood with delivery available. Open 8:30 to 5 Monday through Saturday, 1 to 5 on Sunday, just 6 miles south of Roswell on the Old Dexter Highway. Follow the signs to Graves Farm and Garden, where fall time gets its flavor. Support career and technical education programs for Chavez County. Support the ENMU Roswell Mill Levy. Supporting this mill levy would increase funding for career and technical education programs to prepare students for in-demand jobs in our area, strengthening the local economy and meeting community needs for healthcare professions and skilled laborers. Dual credit students from local high schools will benefit from expanded program options. Increase career and technical education in Chavez County. Support the ENMU Roswell Mill Levy on November 4th. Early voting begins October 7th. Paid for by the ENMU Roswell Foundation.
Looking to start, continue, or complete your higher education journey? Join the more than 6,000 fellow Greyhounds on their journey to student success. Eastern New Mexico University offers the most affordable higher education degree in the Southwest, and New Mexico residents can go to school tuition-free with the New Mexico Opportunity Scholarship. With online or in-person degrees, ENMU is the right choice for you. For more information, visit enmu.edu. ENMU, student success. That's what we're about.
There's nothing more magical than 80,000 cubic feet of hot air flying overhead. Join us in Artesia, New Mexico for the 42nd Annual Balloons and Tunes Festival, November 7th through the 9th. Friday kicks off with fun flights from local schools. Then Saturday and Sunday mornings, watch the skies fill with color as hot air balloons launch at dawn from Eagle Draw Park. Stick around for inflatable costume races, bounce houses, and even remote control balloons. Food and coffee trucks will keep you fueled for the fun. Saturday night, 5th and Texas comes alive at the Artesia Arts Council's Balloons, Bands, and Brews. With food trucks, local New Mexico brews, live music, and the Artesia High School Marching Band performing alongside balloon pilots in a fiery concert you won't forget. Admission is free, with only $10 entry into the beer garden. Plan your weekend getaway to Artesia, November 7th through the 9th for the Balloons and Tunes Festival. For more information, give us a call at 575-746-2744 or visit artesiachamber.com. Paid for by Artesia Lodgers Tax.
Is your old car really scary? Does it look dreadful or smell awful? Don't be afraid. Roswell Ford will take in any trade. Roswell Ford needs your trade, so now is the perfect time to upgrade from your old vehicle and drive home a new Ford or quality pre-owned vehicle. You'll be shocked at how much we'll pay for your old car, truck, or SUV toward the purchase of a new Ford. And don't be frightened by how much you owe on your old car. Roswell Ford will take your trade, even if you owe thousands more than it's worth, so you can upgrade to a new Ford and get massive savings. 0% financing and make no payments till 2026. Worried your credit will make car buying scary? We've partnered with even more aggressive lenders who will push to approve your credit, even if it's less than perfect. All roads lead to huge American-made savings and a better buying experience. Get on board at Roswell Ford, 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com. 0 APR for 48 months is $20.83 per thousand finance. Interest accrues from date of sale, subject to lender approval on select vehicles. Offers not combined.
The octopus and the squid both have 3 hearts. That's why they eat so many Tums. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is now officially 27 minutes after 9 o'clock, and officially now in studio. Joining us in studio, Andrew Moore and, of course, Gary Thrine from the Roswell Chamber of Commerce. Good morning, guys.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Anytime. And, of course, y'all are getting busy. It's the fall. There's events going on, almost weekly going on. With
I'm going to tell you all about it.
Ribbon
here in just a
cuttings
minute.
or business after hours or just some public event going on here. Yeah.
Gary's been busy scheduling stuff, and we're like halfway through November already, and our November meeting in the future, the calendar is already booked. We are not currently in November. I am aware of this.
My head is. The body's not, but my head's in November.
I was about to say, not exactly.
No, I am aware that today is October, but I'm saying our calendar is pretty much full for November already, and I know that the calendar will continue to change because we're getting phone calls and emails all the time. Hey, we want to do this. And we've had some really cool things in just the last 24, 48 hours.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Things
been really
popping
busy.
up here. So I'll turn it over. Where do you guys want to get started?
Well, first let me do a recap of the members that have joined.
Yes, welcome our new ones.
Exactly. Welcome our new members. I'll start off with the Green King on 1010 West 2nd Street and Smoke Shop.
Okay.
They're across from the new Murphy's.
Probably not going to help you with your lawn care, but
No.
Got you covered. Got it.
Not that kind of Green King. Okay. And then we have a new platinum member, Parnell Law Firm, on 215 West 6th Street. And I'm going to talk about them more here in just a moment because they have a really big event coming up in November.
They're going to be, put it this way, if you like free stuff, you might want to just take a listen.
Exactly. I'm going to tell you when and where.
Yeah. Keep your ears peeled.
And then also we have Zips Express Car Wash. They've done a remodel on their the North Store at 3616 North Main Street.
I just ran my car through there over the weekend, and you know what? I mean this in a good way. Their vacuum cleaners suck, and they suck. They're good. Like I went there and I was like. Because I've gone like years ago. I went there and I was like, man,
golf ball through a garden hose type.
Yeah, but I went there Saturday and it sucked good. It sucked real good.
Don't break out into the song.
So go to their vacuum cleaners. They suck real good.
What a tagline.
Yeah.
And then we have some new folks have taken over the oil change and car wash up north. There, it's the Valvoline Instant Oil Change, auto maintenance, and car wash.
Okay.
So we got a couple car washes in the loop coming into the chamber.
Good deal.
And we have the HTO North, the HTO Roswell at 3303 North Main Street.
The North Main location.
And
it's now open too.
Yeah, it's open. And then we have Fortified Structures, formerly JH Homes.
Okay.
And they are with at 42 West Earl Cummings Loop home building.
Okay.
And they have homes going up there on North Montana. They're behind where the AG Credit building is. That's their houses going in out there. We have Hagerman Forward. You just had Geneva in here earlier before us. And they're a nonprofit, and they focus on kids and then also refurbishing homes for low income.
Kind of like what she was talking about on the show here earlier. She does in Roswell, do it in Hagerman. So it's a good deal.
And then we have HTO UFO.
Okay.
LLC, and that's the other HTO on West 2nd.
Good deal.
They've been open for about 2 months now.
Yeah, so they opened a little bit.
They opened right about the time of the air races.
Yeah, right around that time.
But we finally got around to getting their ribbon cutting done, and I'll talk about that in a moment. But 610 West 2nd Street, also tea and coffee retail. So October, we've had a lot going on. We had to postpone the gluten-free Sweet Treats Catering on 106 South Main Street. She had some building problems, and so needed to postpone.
Life is a business owner. Sometimes those things happen. Yeah.
That'll come up in November or December as soon as she gets that taken care of. We did on Saturday, the 4th of October, we did the HTO North on 3303 North Main Street. This last week, we were going to have a business after hours for First American Bank, and that's been postponed out till late November, early December. So they needed to reschedule. Perfect. Not a problem.
No biggie. We'll just come back with our party dress later.
We made up for it last Saturday on the 18th. We did a ribbon cutting for St. Mark's Pumpkin Patch. So go by there and buy your pumpkins.
Yeah.
Go now because they always sell out of their pumpkins.
You know, it's weird. They have so many pumpkins, but they go so quick.
Yes.
And like they have that big grass patch out there in front of their property on Main Street, and this time of year it's literally orange because it's just covered in pumpkins, but they go so quick. They do go quick. They're some pumpkin pushing fools, those folks. They got a lot of pumpkins.
And all of that money goes to charity.
Yeah, that's the cool part.
All the money, all the proceeds for those pumpkins go to charity.
And then one or two, I think, that don't end up getting sold, I think usually go to like the zoo or something where they feed the animals with the old, because one or two pumpkins sometimes just don't quite get sold or whatever. We call them the Charlie Brown pumpkins.
The great pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
And then they're also having a drawing for a beautiful quilt. You can buy your pumpkins and gather up pumpkins for your kids or grandkids and have a pumpkin decorating contest or just a family event.
There you go.
And then we went from there straight to the HTO UFO North.
Okay.
West 2nd Street on 610 West 2nd, and had a beautiful ribbon cutting over there. Yeah. And there's some more big things coming for that store, so be ready to see some more. We'll be doing more ribbon cuttings there because he's got
more to come.
More things going on with this building.
Excellent. And just so you know, go sign up for your rewards for HTO. Regardless of which location you go to.
Either location,
because it's universal, whether you're here in town or I go.
They're part of the HTO franchise.
Family.
Right. So your rewards work anywhere with them.
You will get rewards so quickly.
Yeah.
I was looking the other day. I have all the rewards already.
And then if you go out of town, because I know Lubbock's got HTOs all over town there, and I'm sure there's a bunch of other towns in Texas. I just happened to been to Lubbock and seen a few.
My son lives less than a mile from one of the HTOs.
Yeah.
So
matter of fact, that's the first time I saw one was there in Lubbock. I was like, oh, HTO. And I was like, what? I was like, oh, it's about tea.
Yeah.
And then we're like, oh, we got one.
It's a tea shop. Yeah. When you tell people it's a tea shop, though, they have the idea of, a traditional hot tea and crumpets at like tea time. No. And I'm like, no. It's like 7-Eleven tea.
Right. It's every flavor on the planet.
Yeah. And both sweet and unsweet.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And then they also do iced coffees.
Well, and they mix too. Like if you're like, I want it sweet, but not that sweet, I can mix it with the not sweet and get
they have a drive-through. Both locations in town have drive-through. So if you already know what you want, you can go through.
And they'll customize gallons too. Like, if you find your jam, your flavor, they'll mix it up for you.
Yeah, and they do happy hours where you can buy one, get one free. And
get your tea growlers, basically. I don't know what they call them in the tea world. But we'll call them growlers because it just sounds cool.
Right.
I have a huge 40-ounce cup that I bought.
Yeah.
I bought it because it was pink.
Right.
And I have all my stickers on it. And they know me, especially on the second location. They know me.
You almost walked to it from the office there.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. $4.
There you go.
I bought the lavender one for my wife because that's the color for Creations Room. Monday we had at the chamber for our home-based business members. Obviously, you don't want me bringing the red coats to your house and anybody that's going to come join you. So we offer
keep your butt on the plastic on the couch.
We offer the conference room to do a ribbon cutting. Have the red coats come to the chamber and do the ribbon cutting in our conference room. We move all the tables and chairs over and do it underneath the.
So if you got a virtual business or not a storefront business,
exactly,
you have to use the chamber as your.
And that's what we did Monday afternoon at 3 for Alien City Courier. And these guys are phenomenal because they will deliver anywhere in town, and so
if you need some documents,
so your mail doesn't have to. Nothing against the postal service, but if you need something from one side of town to the other side of town, like today,
like in an hour,
they will do that, and that way it doesn't have to go to Lubbock first and then come back to Roswell.
Doesn't require stamps or something.
And
a guy handed to a guy in a vehicle, and they. Kind of like in New York City and stuff. You remember the guys on the bikes? Same concept, but not as dangerous.
And they're also
I don't know, maybe
they're also notaries. So
Okay.
if you need something notarized and then delivered that day, then they're the ones to call.
Yeah, or I'm guessing if they need to deliver a notary to you in a moment's notice, because that that's one of those things. You're like, dang it, I need a notary, but I got to wait till next week to get it notarized.
Right.
Boom, boom, boom. Boom, yeah.
Oh, and then this Saturday, once again on a Saturday, we have the Hagerman Forward / Chavez County Health Council sponsoring a teenage entrepreneur event.
This is a lot of fun
at
on Saturday.
Eastern New Mexico Medical Center. It's going to be like 20 kids that teenagers that are entrepreneurs, and
They've
they're
kind
gonna
of
have
already started their own little business.
They've started their own little businesses, and so that's going to be a phenomenal event.
Do some Christmas shopping.
The Zips car wash that we had scheduled for this next Wednesday, the 29th, they also have had some delays in their construction, so it has been moved to the 13th of November.
Okay, as long as that's not a Friday.
No.
Because that's bad mojo, Friday
it is
13th.
a Thursday. So getting out to, let me talk about November real quick, just because we have some really big things going on. On the 7th of November, we have two events. We have, obviously, everybody's been to Walmart and seen all the
Looks a little different.
The
You've been in there,
remodeling
yeah.
they've been doing. Well, they're officially doing their grand reopening ribbon cutting at 8 a.m. on Friday the 7th of November.
It's going to be a huge deal. So come on out.
Well,
They're going to do giveaways.
It was
all
a
day,
huge
so-
remodel.
Yeah.
I mean, that store looks night and day different.
Yeah.
It's I like it. Looks good.
It was, difficult there while they were having to shift everything around to redo the floor.
It
but,
feels more open to me. Like, does that make sense?
yeah,
like
it
you
does.
feel like you got more room to move in there
Yeah.
now. It does.
Yeah.
It seems like, but you got less stuff. There's still a bunch of, but it just feels a little more
Well, it's
spacious.
upgraded. It's got the
Like, I don't feel so crowded.
the faded glory clothes
Yeah.
are going to be there now. So if you've gone to Walmarts around in
Just
other
like me.
areas, so it's that kind of stuff.
Just
I'm
like
excited.
me, faded glory.
And so the Redcoats and us will be lifting and shifting from Walmart up to Main Street, because at 10 a.m. on the 7th of November, the Assistance League is sponsoring a bench dedication in front of one of the plastic
In front of Benchmark.
in front of
benches.
Benchmark
Yes.
at 301 North Main Street.
So are they dedicating to an individual? Or
Yes.
cool.
To Nally Construction.
Okay.
They have really done a lot for the Assistance League in helping us with both our thrift shop that is on Union,
Okay.
as well as our chapter house that's over off of Aspen over the course of the last 3-4 years. And
Very cool.
the Assistance League just wants to give back and say thank you very much for everything that you've done for us.
Awesome. I like it. And of course, those benches are awesome. Those are the
They
greatest
are.
invention. Those are cool.
Then I'm going to do a little bit of a deep dive for the 11th of November. Not only is it Veterans Day, but Parnell Law Firm, if you're hurt, call Bert. They are located at 215 West 2nd Street, the old Keller Williams office. They have taken over that and done a bunch of remodeling. But on the 11th of November at 10:30 a.m., we will be doing their grand opening and ribbon cutting. And then at from 3:30 to 5:30 p.m. at the Shell Station at 917 North Main.
Okay.
That is the place to be, because they are going to put $10 of gas in, or 10 gallons of gas in everybody's
Yeah,
vehicle.
giving free gas to everybody.
For
10 gallons
those
of
2
gas.
hours. And so,
Depending on your car, that could be almost
Half a tank.
Yeah. If you got like a Sean car, that's like the whole tank. So
Motorcycle for sure.
yeah, absolutely.
and then they already have a float for the parade on the 8th of November for the Veterans
Parade.
For the
Yeah.
Veterans
Good.
Parade.
Which will be downtown here on November 8th.
Exactly, and so they're going to really have a big wingding there at the office.
So
and
that's the
then
Shell
up at
on North Main.
Yeah, 917 North Main.
Up the
Yep.
road here.
Oh.
Actually, down the street from
That's
the
like
pumpkin patch.
that's next to the Ford shop, right?
Yeah. No, that's farther north. Isn't
Yeah.
It?
Is that the
What's
one up?
address again?
917. So
917, that's the one by Ford.
Okay, I was thinking it was one
that's the
farther
one.
north.
That's the one.
My
Yeah,
mistake.
not the
Yeah.
one all the way
Gotcha.
north up by
Yeah.
Pioneer.
So the one down.
That's like 3300.
So over here by
3500.
Ford and
9th and Main.
I'm trying to think what's right across the street. There's like whatever business. But anyway, it's right there in the corner that Shell station.
Yeah.
So very good.
And then the Zips Express Car Wash grand opening ribbon cutting has been moved to the 13th of November at 10 a.m. They will be giving free car washes that day.
And that's the south one.
And that's the north one.
The north one.
The
I'm
north
sorry.
one.
Okay.
Originally, it was going to be at the south, but they changed.
They
to,
went
to
north.
the north. They
Okay.
went to the. They want to do the
That's
north.
where I have the
store.
good sucking vacuum cleaners. I'm sure the ones south suck good too. I just didn't use the north.
I
suck.
haven't been south, so I'll find out.
I just happened to use the north one this week.
Free car washes and free New Mexico air fresheners, and they're going to have a food truck
Smells
out
like New
there.
Mexico.
I believe
If it
it's.
smells like roasted
That'd
green
be green
chili,
chili.
then I'll be okay with
Just
that.
hang a green chili from your rear view
right.
mirror, you'd be fine.
But and then we have plenty of room to do. We don't have any business after hours scheduled for November yet. So anyone out there thinking about doing a business after hours,
We got some time.
We have some availability.
Absolutely.
The chamber will be. Let me confer with my lovely battle buddy. The chamber will be closed the last week of November.
Yes, for Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving week there.
So, but if you need us, my cell is 575-626-4008. If you have any membership issues or anything, give me a holler. I will have that cell phone on me, even though the office is closed.
Yeah, or you could, if you go to the chamber Facebook page, shoot a message to that, and
Correct.
Exactly.
When you guys will see it pretty quickly too. So.
I usually try to answer anything on social media within 24 hours, unless I'm on death's door.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I will be out of town for Thanksgiving, so
Call me then.
So call Gary, because I can't promise you I'll answer the phone.
I think we're going to Albuquerque for a few days.
We're going to New York. We're going to go take
upstate or New York City.
We're going to New York City.
New
We are
York City.
staying we are right across from the park. We are. Oh my gosh! I'm so
Central
excited.
Park and all that.
Oh,
You're gonna be
yeah.
right near- Okay.
The upper
Manhattan.
We're on
Manhattan?
Manhattan.
Yeah, in Manhattan.
So the upper west side, I think, is residential. I think it's the lower west side is
Okay.
all of the shopping and
Okay.
stuff. So I think that's where we're at. I don't know. I get
I
those
have a
two
little
confused.
Yeah. My brother's much because he went to school. Of course, he was in the Bronx, but it's New
Yeah,
York
so
City.
that's where we're going because
Yeah.
apparently the grandchildren requested this.
All right.
So it's now it's the.
Are y'all going to try to go to Macy's Thanksgiving parade and all that? Are you going to try to go down to the Macy's?
I don't know if we're going to go do the parade.
Yeah.
I have a thing with huge crowds and being cold.
Well, I know that one. You got to get up.
Yeah, and I like to not
the day
be
before.
cold.
Yeah, that one's going.
Now, if we could get one of those bougie apartments, like if we know somebody that has one of those bougie apartments and I can sit
that would
and
be-
watch, I'm all in on that. But
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll have to see. We're going to be talking about it as a family. There's 30 of us
Okay.
going to New York.
So you're running deep. All right.
Oh, yeah. And
That'll
with
be
the
fun.
government shut down, some of the things that I wanted to go do are probably not going to be open.
Like I want to go to the 9/11. I've never been there. I would want to go there. That's a definite must. I need to do it.
Because I went to the Twin Towers right out of high school. I had
Yeah.
a friend that lived in in Queens.
I didn't go in them, but I was right near them.
Oh no,
when
we
were
were.
down-
We
yeah.
went to the top. I've got a picture
Yeah.
somewhere of the three of us.
Yeah, we went up Statue of Liberty and Empire State, but I did not go up the Twin. We
Yeah.
walked by them. I was right there, but I never went in them.
I'd like to do Statue of Liberty and Ellis Island and all that, but I don't know.
Ellis
have to
Island's
see.
cool. I've loved
Yeah.
that. That I've done. That was cool. So
But we'll have to see if the government is still shut down at Thanksgiving. then
every
we're
American
gonna be
should go
SOL.
check out Ellis Island
I
and the
agree.
Statue of Liberty. It's a very good education on our country and how many of us got here.
I want to do, the whole deal, and of
Yeah,
course
exactly.
we'll do Times Square and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
But we're gonna let the kids.
And I do want to mention I have had several new Redcoats join the Redcoats,
And we're always looking for more.
Exactly.
Please.
So all of these members that have just recently joined the chamber, if you have somebody on your staff that you would like to have represent your company as a Redcoat, obviously we are having a lot of events going on. That's a lot of ways and a lot of times to get somebody to.
And obviously,
be there to
it's
represent
probably hard
your
to
company.
make every single one of these events. That's why you have your red coat teams, and so
Exactly.
you kind of plot and plan and make sure every event's covered while no one's overextending themselves.
Exactly.
That's
Exactly.
good. Well, it's a great networking opportunity, and the weather's starting to change, so that the red coats will actually wear the red coats instead of red polos here
Correct.
pretty soon.
Correct. And most of our events are 30 minutes or less.
Yeah, it's quick.
With the exception of some of our grand openings and definitely business after hours. So, like Gary was saying, being a Redcoat is an awesome opportunity to network and get your name out there as an employer, as a business, but also to meet other people in the community that you may not normally come across.
It's the class of the chamber. I always say that, and I mean it with the bottom of my heart. They are our tip of our spear. They, when people think of the chamber, the first thing we like to think is they're the Redcoat folks. Yes, that's us.
Yes, absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So again, if you're thinking about joining the chamber and you want to talk about it, give me a holler.
Absolutely.
And if you have anybody that wants to be a Redcoat, for anybody that already is a member or thinking about becoming a member, then by all means, please give me a call and let's talk about it.
There are so many different ways the chamber can help you in your business.
Exactly.
Depending on, regardless if you're a Fortune 500 company or you just started your LLC last week, we can help you.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
So, and any Luna Cow updates? They still going on, or that wrapped up?
That's still going on. We have a few spots left, and so we're trying to get that closed out so we can.
If you want to get it on their maps, which are now the digital maps and the paper physical maps, so when people walk in the chamber and want a paper map, we got them. But now it's all apps and digital, and you can advertise in it and change it frequently and often.
They'll change it as often as you want.
And you can earmark it for specific weekends. So like when we have our UFO festivals or air race weekends or chili weekends or whatever, if it's
air race
Cinco de Mayo, whatever it is.
I mean, it's going to be a big deal.
Exactly. And one thing I did forget to mention, Walmart, as part of their grand opening, they have upgraded from just a business level membership to platinum.
Okay.
So they are now helping
thank
us.
You for making a bigger commitment.
And you can always come see us, 131 West 2nd, 575-623-5695. Or check us out at roswellnm.org. And, of course, we've got LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook, Roswell Chamber of Commerce.
Yep. And whatever you need. And if you're just looking for information and don't know where to find it, Chamber can help you track that down.
Absolutely.
Good deal. Thank you, guys.
Thanks
Appreciate
for having
it.
us.
I'm sure you got a few phone calls and fires to stomp out back at the office there.
Always.
So I got to do that. And can't, when the mice are way too long, then things happen. So we can't.
Amen.
Keep that the wheels start falling off. Thank you, guys. We'll see you next time.
Have a blessed day. Thank you very much.
The same. Stay pleasant today because it's
it's
82 today. No complaints. So it is 9:51. Let's pause for local news, Hannity update, Cowboys report, which they're the cream of the crop right now, and quick commercial break before we wrap up the show. Don't go away.
Now for your Pecos Valley news update. I'm Jared Cirillo. The Artesia Senior Center has some new photographs from a local resident on display. The wildlife pictures were captured by Lee Johnson, a former teacher and coach who frequents the Senior Center. Lee is an avid outdoorsman and began doing wildlife photography earlier this year. Get into the spooky spirit with the Artesia Public Library's Pumpkin Decorating Contest. Decorate your pumpkin to make it look like your favorite book character and fill out the entry form at the library. The public will be able to vote on their favorite for each of the different age categories. The winners will be announced on Halloween. And a reminder, the city of Artesia is undergoing some maintenance this week involving its computer network. So until Friday, city departments may be unable to process payments or take phone calls. City offices remain open. You can visit in person. The city of Artesia apologizes for any inconvenience. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
Waking up on the right side. This is the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
The Democrats' biggest problem now isn't just Mamdani, and I'll add to that Jasmine Crockett, I'll add to that AOC, I'll add to that the Squad, I'll add to that Pocahontas, I'll add to that Grandpa Bernie, the radical left. It's the moderates, if there are any, that cave to them. I mean, Chuck Schumer, this whole Schumer shutdown goes against every single solitary stated position he's ever had about governance in Washington since he's gotten there. And why is he doing it? Because when he when he signed on to a continuing resolution the last time, he nearly got kicked out of his ceremonial because he really has no power.
From coast to coast, from sea to shining sea, it's the Sean Hannity Show.
There's a reason I'm so proud of our partnership with Pure Talk, my wireless company, a veteran-owned company, because they don't just talk the talk, they walk the walk when it comes to supporting our vets. It's a veteran-owned company. This month, Pure Talk is choosing to support Canines for Warriors. Now, this is an incredible organization that rescues and trains dogs, pairs them with veterans that are struggling, for example, with PTSD. Canines for Warriors gives these heroes a purpose. It gives them companionship and healing. That's exactly why Pure Talk, a veteran-led company, supports them. Now choose a wireless company that shares your values. Remember, you're going to get unlimited talk and text and plenty of data, $25 a month. Average family saves over $1,000 a year. You get the exact same service as the big carriers, same cell tower, same 5G network. Just dial pound 250, say the keyword save now, and make the switch. Pound 250, keyword save now, switch today to America's wireless company, Pure Talk.
Hey everyone, with your Cowboys Report, I'm Christy Scales. Ho-hum, another game, another league record for Brandon Aubrey. The greatest long-distance field goal kicker in NFL history joins us right after this.
A true Dallas Cowboys fan is there for the journey and the destination. This is the season to make your journey count by flying through McAllen International Airport, the South Texas airport of the Dallas Cowboys. Whether you're flying down for McAllen's award-winning fall and holiday festivals, or you're a South Texas fan flying up to cheer the Cowboys on, make your journey as satisfying as your destination at the South Texas airport of the Dallas Cowboys. McAllen International Airport, above, beyond, at McAllenAirport.com.
I'm home. Hey, Mom, before you ask, I've done my homework and the dishwasher's unloaded.
Nice. Hey, can you... Hey, hon, yes, I've got the finale ready to play. Here's your wine.
Wow. Isn't it nice not having to ask? We think so. That's why if there's a network interruption, AT&T will proactively credit you for a full day of service. Guaranteed. Credit for fiber downtime lasting 20 minutes or more, or for wireless downtime lasting 60 minutes or more caused by a single incident impacting 10 or more towers. Restrictions and exclusions apply. See att.com/guarantee for details.
In Sunday's win over the Commanders, Cowboys All-Pro Brandon Aubrey drilled a 61-yard field goal in the first half, thus becoming the first kicker in NFL history with 5 career makes from 60-plus yards. A down-to-earth, matter-of-fact kind of guy, Aubrey doesn't try to make too much of himself or his new record because attempts from longer distances are becoming more common across the league.
It's going to be a living record. I feel like with kickers getting better and better every year, it's going to be tough to hold on to that one with just 5. Now that is well within the range, it's something I expect myself to make. Feels like I'm just going through my process and treating it like any other kicker.
This coming Sunday, Aubrey and the Cowboys play in Denver, and in the thin air of the Mile High City, shoot, let him try one from 70 yards. With the Cowboys Report, I'm Christy Scales.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have a low pressure system on the way that might bring us a little bit of rain tomorrow, but we're looking good today. Lots of sunshine, low to mid 80s. For the overnight hours, turning cloudy, we'll be in the mid 50s. Then we've got scattered showers in the forecast for Thursday. Afternoon high will be in the low 80s. We're right back to sunshine on Friday and all the way through the weekend. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason. What's up with gold? The precious metal continues to decline following its worst day in more than 5 years. Gold futures fell 1.4% early today following yesterday's 5.3% slide. Gold still is up about 54% this year. Netflix tumbled 6.4% overnight after the video streamer missed Wall Street's profit target for the first time in 7 quarters. American ranchers have a beef with President Trump. It concerns the president's plan to cut record beef prices by importing more meat from Argentina. U.S. ranchers enjoying some rare, profitable years fear Mr. Trump's plan will put an end to that while having little, if any, impact on the prices paid by American consumers. Electric automaker Tesla to report its latest results after today's closing bell. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason.
Some wounds need expert care to heal properly. At Artesia General Hospital's Wound Care and Hyperbaric Medicine Center, we use advanced treatments like hyperbaric oxygen therapy to help chronic wounds heal faster. If you or a loved one has a wound that won't heal, call 575-736-8235 today and take the first step toward recovery.
Visit Bush Appliance in Roswell to see the Whirlpool washer with 2 ways to wash, thanks to the 2-in-1 removable agitator with a flexible capacity so you can take the agitator out for bulky loads or keep it in for items like jeans. Shop now at Bush Appliance in Roswell and get twice the washer that you have at home. Who you gonna call? Bush Appliance in Roswell. Stop by 111 West Country Club in Roswell or call 575-622-6390.
Sure, you can inspect your own roof, get out that rickety ladder, crawl around up there and try to spot the problem until... Or you can call the experts at Do Right Roofing. Do Right Roofing has quality products for any type of roof. They can even install seamless gutters. Do Right Roofing will inspect your roof and give you a free estimate fast. Keep your feet on the ground. Call Do Right Roofing today.
575-623-2273. Let Do Right do your roof right.
Find them fast in names and numbers.
Picture this. You're behind the wheel of a John Deere compact tractor. You're effortlessly breaking ground, moving piles of rocks just by moving a lever, and enjoying the sun as you clear brush across your pasture. We could keep trying to put you in the moment, but to really understand what this feels like, you just have to get in the seat.
Stop by Pecos Valley Equipment in Artesia and Roswell, or visit us online at pecosvalleyequipment.com.
So you think drinking alcohol can't hurt you? It'll mess you up big time. Say adios to large chunks of your brain. Major damage is already being done. Other parts of your body are getting wrecked too. Forget about sports, forget about school, forget about doing much of anything. Underage drinking freaks out your body, messes up your life.
Sponsored by the NMDOT.
Your home for Sean Hannity in Roswell. 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEN.